Alright. Okay. Boop. Boop. Let me open that. And I'll look at that later. 99. I'm sorry, Mary. Please. Forgiveness. Forgiveness. Alright. Chapter 5's insane. A DS prequel that's a tactical RPG. Really? What? Why did... It bothers me. Why did they hate... Why did the Danganronpa team hate Chihiro so much to kill him twice? I keep almost saying her because I mean I'm just went through the entire game knowing him as a her. Nope, never. All right, so left off at random new person dying. I didn't talk to anybody or anything. We got investigation and class trial. Let's go. What's going on? Who is that? I don't know, Hina. I mean, I have an idea, but just throw it in the lost and found. Even a dead body can find its way home that way. Oh, how's audio? It's probably fine.
What?
What's this body doing here? I mean, who is it? Whoa. Why are you hiding behind... Who is this? How'd they wind up dead here? We can't move forward until we figure that out. Maybe unmask him. I can't wait for the chicken coop to play the biggest role in this case. I have to check the body before anything else. Oh, okay, fine. Who is this? There's no way to tell with the mask covering their face like that, and the white coat they're wearing makes it impossible to tell anything about the body itself. Victim's a total mystery. One thing I do know. Is that whoever this is, they attacked me last night in my room. But why? How'd they wind up dead in here? Their heart isn't beating, they're not breathing, all signs of life have come to a complete stop. Byakuya. Buddy. Are you sure? Giant knife in the chest. Are you sure he's... You sure? Thanks to the knife that's been driven into their stomach, their clothes are stained a bright red. Good job. It appears the bleeding has stopped, but the blood that's there is still wet. I did swap to Danganronpa. Will was talking a lot. He was excited. Let him be excited. Be careful you don't touch it and get some on you. How can you be so calm at a time like this? I didn't want to be like, Will, shut up. Go away. I have to solve a murder. Who is it? Their face and body are all hidden, so I don't have a clue. Just disrobe them. Pretty sure it's a girl, at least. Her, then. How can you tell? I think I see the outline of her chest and just the general shape of the body. The more I look, the more I'm sure it's a girl. Then it could be... No fun allowed. Are you calling Danganronpa boring? Let's just tear the mask clean off.
Come on.
Why? Yeah, just do it. By the time he called out, it was already too late. Toko's hand shot out toward the mask. And in the next instant... Oh! Blows up! There was a blinding light and a deafening roar. Body blew up. It blew up. Oh, okay. Good job, Makoto. My vision started to darken. I prepared to pass out. But then...
Come on.
Hurry up, put out the fire. As my consciousness attempted to float away, that voice reached up and pulled it back down to earth. I wanted to see what she looked like. Someone pressed something into my hands. It was a bucket of water. Come on, dump the water on it. Why didn't you do it? Upper half the body was on fire. I took aim and tossed the water as hard as I could. Thankfully, that was enough to put out the fire. It died down, leaving behind only the unpleasant smell of burning. Guess that took care of it. I'm calling PS5 presentation boring. The games were very blah. Nah, a lot of them looked cool. I don't know what's you people are tripping. What the heck, man? It exploded? I had a bad feeling about the body, but I never imagined it would explode. Is Toko dead? And now the body. It's burnt to a crisp. That's beyond well done, man. Don't compare it to a steak. I'll never be able to eat steak again. Now that the body's charred, I really have no idea. How are we going to find out who it was? Who isn't here right now? If we consider who's not here, that will quickly narrow down who it must be. There's only one person missing. It's not Kyoko. It's not Kyoko. Who is left? We don't know. Then that dead body is Kyoko? No, that can't be right. Calm down, I didn't say it was Kyoko. But I mean, who else? There is one other person. The Mastermind. I'm pretty sure it's that 16th person. I don't remember the name, despite Kyoko constantly mentioning it. Come on, there's no way. The Mastermind got charbroiled? Get serious. I agree, normally the idea would be worth considering, but I have reason to believe it may be true. Mastermind being dead would explain that other matter, wouldn't it? Monokuma can hardly move around if its master is dead, right? That corpse is a girl, right? It doesn't make any sense. Remember what Alter Ego said? That same person may very well be the mastermind who planned all this out. A man in his late 30s. Yeah, Mukuro Ikusaba. It's probably her. Sounds like a dude name. He said the mastermind is some middle-aged dude, right? Which the corpse obviously isn't. And could that mean the mastermind isn't the headmaster? Is it the teenage girl Kyoko told me about? The ultimate despair. Huh? 16th student at Hope's Peak. What are you talking about? The other day Kyoko confided in me. She said there was a 16th student here in the school. I think you'd better tell us everything you know. All Kyoko told me was... She literally wouldn't stop saying that to my head, to my ear.
The 16th student, the one they called.
Yes, I got it. Thanks. Sounds like Kyoko thinks Mukuro's the mastermind. 16th high school student, hidden somewhere in the academy.
I see.
There's another student here and it's female. That would match the body characteristics. And that phrase, ultimate despair, it sounds super mastermindy, doesn't it? So the mastermind is this girl Mukuro, and she's a student here. She's ultimate despair. She's been hiding here in the school like some teenage Bigfoot. How'd she wind up burnt to a crisp? That's the question. None of this makes any sense, to just suddenly show up and then die? I think we better take a close look at the body. Maybe some clues to help us figure out exactly who it is.
What?
Aren't we forgetting something you know, Toko? Who? She got totally blown up, huh? Forget about her. I'm sure the explosion vaporized her. God, I hate... Oh, she survived. Oh, she survived. What just happened, Master? You declared for the whole world to hear that you would never again inhale a single molecule of oxygen. Oh, then I don't mind breathing in the carbon dioxide you exhale. That's enough for me to live. This is the strangest back and forth I've ever seen. Anyways, body. Somebody. I had a bad feeling about that body, but I never imagined it would explode. I can't help but wonder who it was, since they're growing more interesting by the minute. Mastermind just got Masterland mined. Pretty good, right? That one's going in the joke book of my soul. No. I saw something out of the corner of my eye just for a second. It's a corpse, isn't it? I guess so. You guess, which is it? Is it a dead body or not? It is. I hate it. I'm not gonna look at it. I don't want to faint again. Yeah, we don't want that either, so I think it's best if you don't look. Please get out. What is that? Even the explosion was done perfectly, though. I gotta hand it to whoever did it. Is it wrong to admire that kind of skill? Right now I have to focus on the... Shut up. and miss anything since Sakura's death? Yeah, no, not really. Kyoko told us about Mukuro, and then we found this body here. They were gonna break into the headmaster's room, but then this happened. Jack was like, yeah, I was supposed to go pick up something from the garden place, but there's a corpse in there instead. And then everybody was like, huh? Should take a close look at the body one more time. Watch yourself, Makoto. She may be dead, but she's still a girl. Don't worry, I don't plan on touching the body all that much. Not Kyoko, after all. Oh! There's a lot. Okay. Something on a ground. Come on, Makoto. Let me have fun. What is this? A key? Is it what Kyoko took from Monokuma?
So...
That's not the right key. The key she stole was shaped like Monokuma. Isn't anything like that. This key is... What is it? Did you find something? This was on the ground near the body. I've never seen this before. What could it possibly go to? Even you don't know then? Makoto, I'm gonna give you a very important task. That key might give you access to certain areas we thought were locked. Biolab, data center, headmaster room, and the dorm rooms on the second floor. The dorm room's on the second floor? It's in your hands. Wait. So I'm your errand boy now. Wait. No, there's more to... Wait. Alright, fine. Stupid Byakuya. Alright, let's go to the biolab first, because that's closest. Freaking hate him. There's more to inspect. Let's see what's really raw. Not close to fitting. Man. Alright. Nope. So, not here. Oh. Oh. It's probably that. It's probably that. Right? Come on. Please. I've been wondering about this. No good. Ugh, dang it. Alright. Fine. What were the other places? Oh, the data center? That would be a good idea. And then the headmaster's room. Which... it's probably the data center, because it looks like technology... techie. Yeah! I managed to unlock the data center. I guess all that running around paid off. I have to go tell everyone else. Headed back to the garden. Danganronpa. So you're back. How'd it go? Found out which room the key goes to, but I'm not telling you. It's the data center on the fourth floor. Then we can get in there now?
I see.
Interesting. But why did the now deceased have that key on them? Suppose we'll have to go and check out. Yeah, I think you're right. Or we could continue inspecting the body. Looks like the door is still unlocked. So when you open that door, there's not going to be another huge kaboom like that before, right? You're asking that question now. Don't worry, we have Makoto. Huh? It's in your hands. Again, it means I trust you. No, it's an absolute lie. I'm just being used. Hope you get blown up too. closed my eyes and tried to clear my mind. With a silent prayer, I slowly opened the door. Kaboom! Hold up. That reminds me. I have to have that on so that I can do. There it is. I found it. Nothing happened. After making sure I was still alive, I slowly opened my eyes. Ooh. In a word, the room was strange. I mean, all the rooms up till now were strange, but this room had a special kind of strangeness. It wasn't a surface fear like the rest of the school. Here, the fear was lurking beneath the surface. I want to see what the other rooms look like. The room was filled with that kind of dread. Hiro extended a trembling hand and pointed. Look at all those monitors on the wall. Look what they're showing. The pool, the rec room. Each monitor displayed a different section of the school. Dorms, classrooms, every part of the school was covered. Well, except for the hidden parts. It's the direct feed from every single camera. All the cameras in the school feed back into this room. So why can't we just watch who killed the new person? They're displayed here on these monitors. So the sole purpose of this room is to watch us. Then this room is Mastermind's private room, without a doubt. Guess that makes sense. So the Mastermind was here, watching us. Oh, there's another door back there. Then I think this settles it. I didn't realize that was a door. I thought it was just Monokuma's face. The body in the garden. If they had the key to this room, it can only mean one thing. That was the body of Mukuro Ikusaba, and she was the Mastermind. Then the Mastermind's dead? Like, really dead? It seems so. For serious? It's too bad they had to go and die before Master killed him himself. Mastermind's dead. Always watching. Could that really be true? Does that mean it's all over? Because, I mean, that body... Whatever happened, they obviously didn't die a natural death. Really? I don't know. Knives are pretty natural. So who was it that... If the Mastermind's dead, that means we can finally get out of here. We gotta hurry up and find the exit, come on. No, we have to check this area thoroughly first. What about the exit? If the Mastermind truly is dead, we can leave whenever we decide to. But right now, we need to find out why the Mastermind set up this life or death game in the first place. And I'm bothered by the fact that the Mastermind was obviously murdered. So you think so too, huh? Naturally. Nah. State of the corpse makes it plain as day. There's absolutely no doubt. The Mastermind was murdered. Why does it gotta be that way? I mean, who could have even done it? That's exactly why we need to investigate the purpose and identity of the Mastermind. Now do you understand, you useless insect? You're banned from talking to Master ever again. God, get her out of here. Knives are not natural. Are they? I'm pretty sure they are. They just kind of happen sometimes. You know, like an aneurysm. The Mastermind's purpose and why they were killed. This room may very well hold the answers to those questions. Mastermind must have spent who knows how much time here. Let's begin our search. It's time to uncover the identity of the Mastermind. Why was he murdered? To figure that out, we need to find out the identity and purpose. Can't believe how many monitors there are. My eyes are flickering as fast as they are. See, Mary knows. Hurry up and find something for Master. I want to know why they were killed as much as the next guy, but I also really want to get out. Yeah, that's fair. There's even a camera in here. Wait, so which monitor is showing them? There's really a ridiculous number of monitors here. Mastermind's been using them all to spy on us. As long as I have this, Look at Master Go. It's like a feast for the eyes. How much is a monthly membership? Alright. Have a good time. I'll check out the door last. Bunch of computers all lined up. They look like high-performance PCs. Nothing like the ancient laptop Alter Ego was installed on. They're all on, but they seem to be locked. You can't do anything. Just use your fighting spirit to force your way in. What century are you from? Mastermind must have been using these to monitor the network. And Alter Ego. You may well be right about that. But there's no point in thinking about it now. What, back here? It's TV? Nothing showing up on this one. Next to that TV, isn't that a TV antenna? It is. It's just like the one my grandma uses. It's solely one of those high-def antennas. So if we hook up that antenna, we could watch TV. Someone say TV.
You know?
Well, Saturday morning, Hina's here. You talking about me? Anyway, if we can watch TV, let's do it. Come on.
You know?
You're all starved for info from the outside, huh? Let me work my magic, and you'll be quantum leaping your way to TV land before you know it. I mean, I get the reference, but what's he talking about? That was a very interesting reference that I wasn't expecting. I was meant to watch Quantum Leap at some point. Alright, so the door is last. Or he could look at the computers again. The door, Makoto. The door's kind of creepy. It's got a picture of Monokuma on it. What could be inside? No luck. What if you use the key to open this room? No. That's not gonna work. Nope. Won't even fit in the keyhole. Don't worry about it. Everything's fine. The Mastermind's dead, right? So nothing's gonna happen to us. We're fine. I guess. I can't stop thinking about that door with Monokuma's picture on it. Worrying about it isn't gonna do me any good. Hina's right. The Mastermind's gone, so there's nothing to be afraid of anymore. I'm gullible.
You know?
What's wrong? Good news for all you Saturday morning kiddies out there. I think I got the TV working. Now all we gotta do is switch it on.
What?
And do it. Freaking idiot Mastermind. All you guys need to cut free from your regrets of the outside world. They were sitting here watching TV the whole time. They really thought they could get away with it. Jump scare? It's a feed coming from the surveillance camera monitoring this room, isn't it?
What the
That is weird.
heck? Come on.
Hey, what are you doing? That's really weird. You're weird. Weird in every way possible, and not just weird. Super weird.
But
This TV isn't hooked up to anything but the antenna. What? How's it showing the camera feed? Did you try changing the channel? Oh, yeah, sure. Went through each channel one by one. But on every channel, it was just us. There's a live feed of us standing there in the data center.
what the heck?
Is it broken or something?
Could it
Oh, there must be some kind of trick to it. Some weird setup. It's just Bluetooth. A trick? What kind of trick? Not
Actually,
sure, but... What's up, guys?
What?
There's that music. Been a while. You're supposed to be dead. Be dead? Don't be freaking stupid. You're acting kind of strange. Something seems different. Of course I'm different. Evolution is perfectly natural. After all, I've been hibernating for 2 years already. Not even. It's been like half a day at most. How are you alive again? Oh yeah, that's it. The look on your face right now is sublime. I'm not too surprised by him showing up again. I just didn't know when it was gonna happen. That's what I wanted to see, the moment you went from hope to despair. Don't tell me you pretended to be dead all for this moment. Why would a bear pretend to be dead? You're the ones who should pretend to be dead when you see a bear. That's totally laughable. Makes me laugh. I'm gonna laugh now. Haha. And that's that. It's almost time to cut off your past, so full of hope. Your past so full of hope and begin to despair at the future ahead of you. Alright, I want you all, I want you to all have way more fun in this killing. We have to keep going.
Let me out of
Why are you surprised? We were supposed to get out of here. Ah. Feel the music in my bones. Are you so obsessed with getting out? How do you not get it? There is no getting out. Besides, this life isn't all bad, you know? I mean, there's stuff you won't like about life no matter where you are. Are you serious? This place is the worst. If it's the worst, does that mean you're in despair? Well, I'm pooped from all that laughing. I guess I'll just get to the point now. The point? You guys really struck gold when you found that TV. Yes, indeed. That TV is an essential part of your school life here. I knew it was hiding a secret of some kind. But I connected the antenna, so why is it just showing us the feed? Look how attentive they are now. Make your hope so fast. I'm gonna let you in on a blood-gushing secret, and I'll tell you all about it. That TV is absolutely, without a doubt, displaying the signal coming in on the antenna. What does that mean? It's displaying the signal, but it's just us standing here. You're so stupid, don't you get it? Fine, I'll just tell you. This killing game is being broadcast live to the entire world. It's the most popular thing on TV. Oh. Interesting. This killing game is being broadcast live to the entire world. Most popular thing on TV. Doesn't matter how many times it says it, I don't know what it's supposed to mean. Even if I understood the words, I'm not sure I understand the deeper meaning. Broadcast live? What kind of bad joke is this? It can't be. Have they taken over the airwaves somehow? The camera feed is being broadcast? No way, that's impossible. This is Squid Game. That kind of overconfidence is a major weakness in your crisis management system, you know that? All you need is one weird trick that I found, and hijacking the airwaves is easy mode. You being serious right now? Yeah. I heard a kind of creaking. The sound was coming from my own mind. Like a boat tossing in the ocean, my mind had begun to creak and groan. Everything has a meaning, you know. All those hints I gave you, all those tantalizing tidbits about school's mysteries. Even me luring you here right now. Why would I do any of that without a reason? It is all for my captive audience, to show them true despair like they've never seen it before. I became the director of a despair-based production. This is the ultimate reality show, the best in despair entertainment. You're lying. If this was on TV, the police and everyone else would be going crazy. Yeah, there's no way they wouldn't have tried to come and rescue us. What if they already did? But then again, it's not really any of their business, right? Sure, some people might yell at their TV to try and warn you, but who would actually come here to help? Do you think that's possible? I don't really know personally, though, so whatever. But to take control of all communications like that, you'd need an astronomical amount of resources. Yep, so how could things have come this far? Well, that's the secret. There's something you all need to do first, remember? Yeah, duh, there's a little business of... Ah, there it is. The announcement.
A body has been discovered after a certain amount of time.
I got it, thanks. Class trial, do you mean... There's a lot of poo-hoo-hoos. I'll leave the next file right here. Everyone give it all you got, okay? Okay?
Heart-pounding excitement.
Okay, things are gonna get crazy from here on out. You're in for a heck of a ride.
I can't wait. I can't
Oh,
wait.
me either, Mono. Mr. Mono. Mr. Kuma. Reality was incomprehensible, the truth hopelessly out of reach. All we were left with was... despair. We stood there for I don't know how long, frozen in place. Couldn't think. It took everything I had just to keep myself standing upright. I don't understand any of this. What's despair entertainment? How's he still alive? I thought that finally we could get out of here. Plus, what did he say about a class trial? That part's obvious. A class trial is a class trial. What it means is that at this point, we have to figure out who the culprit is. Figure out who killed Kyoko. What are you talking about? I thought Mukuro was the one who died. Victim was female, right? Kyoko certainly fulfills that condition. And if Monokuma is still alive and active, that means that the Mastermind isn't dead. So naturally, that body can't belong to her, so it must be Kyoko. There's no other possibility. I guess. Body is Kyoko's? Kyoko's been murdered. No, it's not possible. Because well, she didn't have... I guess she was always wearing gloves. So I guess you don't know what the hands look like. Because I don't know anything about her yet. I don't even know who she really is. To have it end like this. I don't believe it. I refuse to believe it.
Quiet.
Whether you... Shut up. Whether you believe it or not doesn't matter. The truth is the truth. If you refuse to believe, it's your responsibility to uncover the truth for yourself. The only reason I wouldn't think it's Kyoko is because Byakuya's saying it. And I freaking hate him. So he's probably wrong. Anyway, we better begin. But if we're gonna have a class trial, then that means the killer...
That's right.
must be someone participating in our school life. Wait, so you're saying one of us killed Kyoko? That's not precisely what I'm saying, no. But you just said... I don't have time to explain now. There's a veritable mountain of issues I need to confirm. So I'm going to begin my search. If you value your lives, you'll put everything you have into this. That is how this game works, after all. Don't even know who died. I mean... Dude... What the heck is this? This is fantastic! Due to the explosion, the victim's identity is unknown. They were, however, dead before the blast. This song is so good. The victim had been stabbed a single time with a knife, which went completely through the body. They had also been struck in the head with an object about as thick as an old pipe. The body was covered with other wounds, but these were at least several days old. The killer soundtrack. So even the Monokuma file doesn't tell us who the victim actually was. The unidentified body. Could it really be Kyoko? What is this track called? Do you know the name of it? I have no choice. I have to investigate. I have to uncover the truth for myself. This is a Bob. No matter what, I have to find out what happened, or we're all dead. I need to go back to the scene of the crime, back to the garden. Finally, I can inspect the body. Time to get started. I need to check anywhere that might be important from one end to the other. I just need to do what I always do. I mean, it does. I just wasn't expecting this to suddenly slap. Panel controls the sprinklers. They're set to turn on at 7:30 every morning. Couldn't be changed. 7:30 each morning. If the body was here before then, the sprinklers should have gotten it wet, which would mean the murder must have taken place after 7:30. Listen, Makoto, do you remember how the body looked, before it blew up? If I remember right, it was wearing some kind of mask and a big white coat. Also, there was a knife sticking out of his stomach, and the area around it was stained with blood. Apparently, the wound had stopped bleeding, but the blood on the body was still wet. Byakuya said not to touch it to avoid getting all bloody. But for how much blood there was on the body, I didn't see any of the ground around it. That was a big help. Now that you explained it, I totally remember how it looked. I mean, talk about it like that helped me remember it a lot better, too. Body before explosion. Who does that belong to? Whoever it is, I'm not gonna look. I don't want to faint anymore. These look like fragments of something. What is that? They're all burnt, so I can't really be sure, but I feel like I've seen something like it before. I'm not so sure. Wait, was it there? I'll have to double check that later. Okay. There were some chickens in that chicken coop. Did any of you do it? There's a chicken missing? I knew it. I knew it! It's called Box 16? That's a weird name. 4. There were 5. What's going on, Makoto? Glad you're here. Listen, you remember how many chickens there were in there? Yeah, there were 5. What's wrong? There's only 4 here now. We're 1 short. I knew this was gonna be... Chicken coops is gonna be the biggest thing in this case. I bet. Freaking bet. That's so weird. I wonder when it disappeared. I was down here just before nighttime last night, and there were definitely 5. What are we gonna do? Going from 5 to 4 is gonna have an impact on the structure of the world. It's like a jigsaw puzzle. If even a single piece disappears, the entire world will remain unfinished. I did my best to ignore Hero and focus on the problem at hand. Why did one of the chickens disappear? Could it be related to the case? Missing chicken! Byakuya? Good timing, I want to talk to you. Did they get outside the school? No, this is just a garden area inside the school. What do you want to talk about?
So
I'd like to hear your alibi. Yeah, I'd love to hear where you were after nighttime began last night. I was sick, so I was asleep all night. But why are you asking about that now? What's nighttime got to do with it?
Naturally.
Isn't it obvious this murder took place after nighttime? How can you know that for sure? Because just after night began, I came to the garden. I was going around looking for everyone so I could tell them about Monokuma. Hero's been spending most of his time in the garden the last few days, so I figured he'd be here. I can confirm that when I arrived last night, there was no body here. So the murder could only have taken place at some point during night, after I left the garden. However, Toko, Hiro, and Hina and I were in the gym together the entire night last night. Once I found Hiro in the garden, we immediately went to Toko and Hina's rooms to get them. At that point, we all went to the gym and began dismantling Monokuma. As a precaution, we made sure not to go anywhere alone. We even went to the bathrooms in pairs. In other words, all 4 of us have airtight alibis. Did I do it? The only ones who don't have alibis are me and Kyoko. And if the victim really is Kyoko, then I'm the only one without an alibi. Also, when we went to go get Hina and Toko, we stopped by your room as well. You never came to the door, so where were you? Telling the truth, I was in there, but I was dead asleep. I had a fever. That's hardly an alibi. I know. So what now? You seem to be at quite the disadvantage here. I'm the only one without an alibi. That's really bad, isn't it? Thanks, Byakuya. What a friend. It's 11 o'clock right now, and... Well, I was just thinking about when we first found the body. I should look back at what I did this morning to help me remember when that was. Announcement woke me at 7. Once I got there, met up with Hina. That was right around 7:30. Then I headed to the gym, where everyone else was waiting. Toko went to go get the pickaxe, and that's when she found the body. What time was it? Just before 9, so it's probably 9 on the dot. Had to have been right around 9. Now that you mention it, I think you're right. So I think we can say for sure that the body was found at 9 AM. My job's done. It's a pretty small job. Alright. The knife. Must be the knife that was stuck in the body before it exploded. The force of the explosion must have thrown it over here. Monokuma file said the knife went all the way through the body from front to back. Does that mean this knife is what caused the fatal injury? Either way, this knife looks really familiar. I mean, he also... It also said that there was, like, trauma. It's the knife that person was holding. It's getting really weird. There are just too many strange coincidences. Whoever the person in the mask was that attacked me last night, they were holding that knife. And that same knife was used to stab the same masked attacker we found here. Maybe this masked person got stabbed because when they attacked, I was in a kind of trance. Maybe I reacted by grabbing the knife. Maybe then If this really is Kyoko, I mean Kyoko's the one that attacked me. But why the mask? I just don't know. I don't remember anything clearly from last night. No, it can't be. There's no way. Yeah, there's a lot of weird stuff. Alright. Body. I don't wanna. The hand really has me, considering. The lower half of the body didn't get wet at all. After the body blew up, the top half got set on fire, so I dumped a bucket of water on it. Which explains why the bottom half isn't wet. There's nothing strange about that, right? What? Okay. I mean, nothing got added. The white jacket the victim was wearing got totally burned up. There's only one little piece left. Upper half of the body got set on fire in the explosion, so it's totally blackened. Also, the top half of the body is wet. Yeast. That's how water works. Nothing strange about the top half being wet, there isn't, right? Exploded body analysis. Something weird about the body's fingernails. A wolf tattoo? These are fake nails. They're really long. They seem like they'd get in the way of normal activity. I don't see Kyoko having fake nails. There's also something on the back of her right hand. A tattoo? It got burnt, so I can't make out the whole thing, but... looks like a picture of a dog or something. I've never seen anything like it before. The only other thing here... the flower. Is that true? Does it really eat paper, plastic, and people? I don't think it's related to the case, so I'll just stay away. This room is dusty and disorganized. In other words, a pretty stereotypical tool shed? What is that? Tarp? Was there a tarp in here before? Should probably look at that. Could be related to the case. I think that's the only new thing in here. Top is wet and covered with mud and grime. But the underside is totally clean and completely dry. One side of that tarp is wet and dirty. Something about that bothers me. Yeah. That's the one thing in here that concerns me. I think I've checked everything I need in this area. I'm not done yet. Other areas I need to check. That fragment I found before, there's somewhere I need to go in order to confirm my suspicions. Still need to find out more about Kyoko. Is that corpse really Kyoko? If that's true, the lawnmower is sus. Is that also who attacked me last night? If I can find out more about her, maybe I can answer that question. Kyoko is never the kind of person to talk about herself all that much. If I can get into her room, I'll be able to find out more. With the key to her room. Yeah, Byakuya has it. I'll simply limit your options. I forgot about that.
Just give.
I don't have a choice. I have to see if they'll let me borrow the room key. Byakuya, buddy. Give me the key. If you do come up with an alibi, I'd be happy to hear it later at the class trial. No, it's not about that. You have the key to Kyoko's room, right? I was hoping I could borrow it? Afraid I can't take that risk. You're the prime suspect after all. Come with me. If I were to go with you, that would be a different story. Then will you? No. Sorry, I had my agenda to take care of. Find me again later and we'll see. Depending on my mood, I may or may not. Okay, in the meantime, I'll go somewhere else. I should check out that one area. You're being vague, and I don't know. I don't know what that's... The gym? I don't know what that fragment's from. The podium? Monokuma? Link this man. Oh, wait. I figured it wouldn't be here.
You know,
It's part of the bomb. Oh. The Monokuma Bomb. And that would somewhat explain probably why Monokuma didn't show up, I think. Because I figure there can't be two Monokumas at once. So the bomb blew up, and that acted as Monokuma blew up. So a new Monokuma came out and was like, yo. Okay. That bomb went missing. There's no doubt about that. The fragments I found in the garden. Checked everything else I can think of. All that's left now is Kyoko's room. Alright. Huh. Of course there can be a ton. It's a puppet. I don't know. Monokuma's strange. He's a robot puppet. I figure the Mastermind couldn't control multiple at once, though, is the thing. I mean, maybe. Think you can go soon? You want to check out Kyoto's room, right? Fine. Walked off without a second glance, and I hurried after him on our way to the dorms. I don't know which one she is. Oh, is she right there? Huh. Yeah, about that. Okay. It's not realistic. Are you sure? I don't believe you. It's open. Looks like it, thanks. Okay, bye. Yoko's room. It's gonna be bland. I mean, yeah, pretty much. Okay, cool. Well, I see that, but... Oh, I can't check the drawer? Here's her bed. I don't see anything interesting here, at least not as far as the case is concerned. Bathroom. She might have certain articles hanging out to dry. I better not look inside. You're the worst investigator. Oh, I shouldn't go in there. A bear that talks? Winnie the Pooh. Where's she at, Bill? A woodblock decoration? What purpose does it serve? I think it's probably a key. The lockers are those really traditional public bathhouses. I use them for their lockers. I wouldn't know. I've never gone to a public bathhouse. That doesn't surprise me. It's hard to picture Byakuya doing something like that. But if it is a key, I think I might know what it unlocks. Unless I'm mistaken, I'm pretty sure I saw something in the dojo that this might go to. So much running around. Did Celeste do this again? Oh, can I not work there? Oh. Do I need to... Hold on. What is it you're looking for? Nothing in particular, I just thought we might find some kind of clue here. That might help us understand Kyoko. You can't be serious. That's why you made me take time out of my search to come here. Regardless, if you plan on poking around at random, you're doomed no matter how much time you take. Surely you have something more concrete, something to give us some sort of direction. Earlier, Kyoko gave me something. Consider it a symbol of my determination. Don't open it yet, only open it if something ever happens. I'm sure I have it here somewhere. What's in the envelope? Kyoko gave it to me. She said if something ever happened, I should open it. Well, something certainly happened. Open it. Inside was a single piece of paper. Under the sheets?
What?
That's all that was in there. Yeah, looks like it. What could it be? Oh, yeah, no, I have no clue. Maybe it means inspect the window. Something be hidden under the bed sheets? Part of me didn't expect to find anything, but as I lifted up the sheets, I found a crumpled up piece of paper. Oh, class number 78 student registry. Muguro Ikusaba. Appears to be her profile. It's probably the other thing Kyoko stole when she snuck into the room along with the key. A key in black. This must be the blank that Monokuma was talking about. Kyoko said a death without meaning was unappealing, and this is what she left behind. I don't have time for your sentimental indulgences. Hurry up and finish your search. Made an effort to pull myself together and look down at the profile sheet. It's like female ultimate soldier. Although small for her age, she was a military specialist trained in every weapon type imaginable. She showed an interest in the military from childhood and soon found herself completely absorbed in it. In elementary, she won a survival game tournament and began writing for military magazines. Just before entering middle school, while she and her family were on vacation in Europe, she disappeared. The story of a young Japanese girl being kidnapped quickly took over Japanese media outlets. Any intense international investigation turned up no info, and she was never found. However, she reappeared in Japan 3 years later, alone and completely unannounced. Can't wait for you to find out who's behind all this. Do you know? Did you pull a Mary and spoil yourself? She revealed that she had joined a mercenary group known as Fenrir for those 3 years. She insisted that she hadn't been kidnapped, that she'd received battle training of her own volition. However, she never revealed why she decided to return home when she did. Alright. Ultimate Soldier, Merc Group. This doesn't feel real. This doesn't feel real. The world I grew up in, it's like a completely different dimension. It's like one's non-fiction and the other's sci-fi. There's no way to even compare the two. That's how different this is. That was how I saw things as just an ordinary person, but then...
I see.
Never imagined I would hear the name Fenrir in a place like this? Byakuya knows. The Fenrir Merc Corps is a collection of battle-crazed warmongers. They do have their uses, and they always get the job done. That's worth remembering. This is all part of a world totally removed from the one I live in. I have to say, I'm intrigued. Every rumor I've heard says that Fenrir is already...
Found it.
Whoa, I feel like our hero is becoming a bit player, and a bit player is becoming our hero. It's you.
What?
What have you got in your pretty little hand there? You found her profile? So what if we did? Don't freak out on me. I'm not gonna hold it against you or anything. In case you're wondering, I don't hold it against Kyoko either, even though she stole it and hid it. After all, there's no rule against stealing, is there? But who I can't forgive is Miss Ogami, who broke the rules and busted into the headmaster's room. Oh. Maybe I'll drag her corpse out here and slice it up and devour it? Bears are omnivorous, you know. Dude.
What?
Are rule violations really so unforgivable? You're quite adamant about those regulations of yours. Of course I am. Proper school life is built on dedication to organization and order. Which is why even I, as the school headmaster, have to follow the regulations myself. So you're saying you have to follow your own rules as well? Absolutely, I can't have you complaining about how unfair it all is, now can I? In fact, on the subject of fairness, I wonder if they can get him on that. Would you like to know something interesting? About the one writing all the rules, they're actually one of the participants in this killing game. What? I can't imagine who. I don't think I ever actually told you how many participants there actually were, did I? I think I should clarify that.
Hey,
When you all first got together in the main hall, way back when, there were 15 people there, right? I think that first meeting may have led to a little misunderstanding among you all. You saying that's right, there weren't actually 15 of you.
yes,
Total
indeed.
number of students taking part in this killing game was actually 16. Okay, so Mukuro, they really like spamming this scene with Kyoko.
The 16th student.
They love it.
Lying hidden somewhere in the school. The one they call the ultimate despair. Watch out for her.
Mukuro, she's part of the school life. So the one making all the regulations is...
Why?
You say something? Why are you telling us this? Because, like I told you, this killing game is desperately popular. You wouldn't believe the ratings. And since we've got so many viewers now, I wanted to make sure everyone was on the same page. I don't want to wake up to a hurricane of complaints and hate mail, you know?
Yes,
Makes sense.
indeed.
Okay,
Well,
that's all you get for now. Bye. Actually, I do have some revenge to get, so I have an extra bonus for you. I want to get back at that sneaky Miss Kirigiri, so I'm going to share a little secret with you.
Hey,
You know how she wears those stupid gloves day in, day out all the time? Don't tell anyone I told you, but she wears them to cover a bunch of hideous scars that she doesn't want anyone to see. Scars? That's all you get. Okay. That was a lot of info. I wasn't expecting from Monokuma. She wears those gloves to cover up scars? So on the back of her hand... That's not Kyoko then. Kyoko's fine. There are no scars there. It's a tattoo. Monokuma specifically said there were scars. And that's why she wears the gloves. Those fake nails on the corpse. You thinking about Kyoko again? Huh? Forget about her. What matters right now is uncovering Monokuma's trap.
Such ignorance.
He used the present tense for Mukuro, or whoever's making the rules. So they're still alive. So is there a 17th person? God must have really hated you to make you so dull. Oh my god, Byakuya. Just talking directly to me. And don't you remember what Monokuma just told us? He said there were 16, right? Which means Mukuro was a student here.
That's right.
Obviously, Monokuma was trying to tell us that Mukuro was the one creating the rules. But why would he tell us that? Why now? There's another option, but you haven't said it yet? He said he wanted to make things clear so there wouldn't be any complaints later. I don't want to waste too much time speculating. I just want to keep going. But the mere fact that he said that, that proves that Mukuro is connected to this case. That's why Monokuma revealed the existence of a 16th. He needs to make our investigation fair. She's related to the case.
It's certainly
Perhaps the one she's the one who killed Kyoko. That would explain why we would have to have a class trial, wouldn't it? If she's a student, she killed someone, that would make her part of the killing game. She killed Kyoko? Anyone should be able to come to that conclusion, don't you think? In fact, that's exactly what I thought when the investigation first began.
What?
But based on what Monokuma just told us, I've changed my mind.
It's all
Mukuro
clear.
isn't the culprit. What makes you say that? We thought Mukuro, the ultimate despair, was the Mastermind's true identity. But if that's true, Monokuma's behavior makes no sense. Why would the Mastermind go out of their way to reveal themselves to us? That's a good point.
So in other words,
Mukuro giving us info that would raise questions about her would be bold, to say the least. Makes more sense, then, to assume that Mukuro isn't the culprit. So that's the trap. They want us to suspect Mukuro and come to the wrong conclusion. That's what makes sense to me. The way you say it, it definitely does seem possible, but if that's really true, if she isn't the killer, then who is? I believe our work here is finished. Let's move on. I'm sure there are other places in need of investigation. We should find out if that key and the dojo really are connected.
Let's
You
go.
coming? Dojo. The lockers? Yeah. There are wooden lockers here. They use woodblock keys just like at those super... How does that work? Traditional public bathhouses. Looks like the key we found in Kyoko's room really does go to one of these. You see the lockers farthest to the right?
Very strange.
That's the only one that doesn't have a key in it. You understand what that means, right? I should probably use the key we found on that locker.
That's right.
Just try it. Took out the key and inserted it. Locker eagerly accepted the key and opened. There are arrows in here? It looks like 10 arrows in total. They look like they're made of titanium, which means they're quite strong despite how thin they are. Of course, without a bow, there's nothing but strong little sticks. Strong sticks. There's something else inside the locker. A wadded up ball of duct tape? I wonder what this was used for. Is that a bloodstain? If it is, that means it must surely be related to the case. This duct tape is related to the case somehow, but how could it possibly be involved? Bloody duct tape. I think that's all the locker has to offer for now. Huh. It's very odd, don't you think? The locker was hiding items that were clearly related to the case. But how did the key to the locker wind up in the victim's room?
Why?
Or perhaps... forget it. Come on, we need to continue on to the next location. There's still something we need to look into. Do more research on Fenrir. The library? How are we supposed to find out about that? Where in the school would you go to do research on something? Oh, yeah, back to the garden? The archive? That's right, the archive has all kinds of info that the general public doesn't have access to.
Let's
We
go.
only have so much time before the trial begins. I believe there was a file related to Fenrir somewhere over here. Seemed to know the archive like the back of his hand and went straight to a shelf in the back. Quickly returned with a file in hand.
I see.
I have no idea what it says. What language is this? Oh, there's the wolf. How did you make it all the way to high school without learning a single word of French? What is wrong with you? Pretty sure most high schoolers can't speak French. Whatever, I'll read it for you, but I expect you to repay your debt 100 times over. Isn't that kind of extreme? Fenrir is an elite fighting group unit based out of the Middle East. Unlike military contractors, they are a fierce group of soldiers who engage in direct combat. Becoming a single member is equivalent to an entire company of regular soldiers. Just like Fenrir, the Wolf of Ragnarok, their mere presence is enough to strike fear into any enemy. They've been involved in countless military battles and operations, most of which are highly classified. I took French, and you were wrong to. Seem cooler than other languages. Well, what other languages did you have available? Some time ago, they completely ceased all activity. We had Spanish, French, and Latin. I took Latin and Spanish. Sí. ¿Dónde está queso? Queso is in mis pantalones. At present, their continued existence cannot be confirmed. There are unconfirmed reports that the key members of the group were all neutralized. I speak Spanish better than English. Rumors indicate they were killed to keep them from revealing the many state secrets they'd acquired. Forced us to do Spanish in grade school. I wasn't introduced to foreign languages until high school. Pretty much. Some, however, believe there was mounting internal tension within the group, and they simply imploded.
What?
This all just sounds like some kind of alternate reality. It isn't. This is our reality. The only reality. These people are part of our world. Part of our world. Their battlefields aren't much different from our lives here. An unpredictable, unimaginable world. That's what makes it all so exciting. That's not the word I'd use. So anything jump out at you, this may be your last opportunity to learn about Fenrir. Now that you mention it, Ford said something about where the name Fenrir comes from. It said Fenrir is the wolf of Ragnarok. Speaking of which, would you like to know something interesting related to that? Show that they're a member of the team, each soldier that joins the squad would get a tattoo representing Fenrir somewhere on their body. They got a tattoo of Fenrir. Could that mean? Oh, that's it, huh? That's the last tidbit. Okay. Wow, nothing adds up. High school, they had Mandarin Chinese.
Time is utterly silent, and yet it constantly assaults us organisms, the earth, natural phenomena.
Mandarin Chinese is, that's a new one. German, French, and Spanish. I finished arts, that's why I went quiet. Oh, new art. Cool.
It damages us little by little until the end. You should really think about
I'm
that.
curious. I can't wait.
Anyway, it's time to begin the class trial.
Life is fleeting. Anyway, class trial.
So, please meet up in the usual spot. See you later.
The time has come. All we can do now is try to uncover the truth during the class trial.
That's right.
Seemed that way. Let's go. It's in the art channel. Cool. Alright. Yakuya and Makoto showed up together. Where the heck have you two been? You just disappeared without a word. We were investigating. How could you not figure that out by this point? Makoto's ranked high enough for you guys to go off together, just the two of you? Are you jealous? Or are you making some kind of creepy fantasy for yourself? Stop talking, embrace yourselves. It'll be here any second. You could show up at any time. When I imagined what was about to happen, I immediately tensed up and prepared myself. But we stood there for 5 full minutes waiting for something weird to happen. The 5 became 10. What's going on here? Why hasn't Monokuma shown up yet? Maybe he died again. What should we do? Should we keep waiting here? Or what? Jesus. Did I scare you? I didn't demand an explanation. Why'd you waste my time and make me wait like that? I made you wait. You've got it all backwards. You're the ones making me wait. I'm waiting for everyone to arrive. We can't start till everyone's here now, can we? What are you talking about? Everyone is here. We've all been waiting for you. Sorry, but you're wrong. I've been waiting 10 minutes now, so it's okay if I punish the one making us all wait, right? If we all agree it's a violation, I'll arrange a punishment right now. If it's me you're waiting for, I'm here. When we heard that voice, we all spun around to look.
Hey,
Look at Kyoko. I'm here and no rule has been broken. Kyoko, you're still alive. No, that's the ghost. Stop talking. If you want to fight, do it at the class trial. You need to save some of the fun for later, right?
What?
Is it okay that there's no particular penalty for being late? I made it here just fine. What school regulation did I violate? Am I wrong? You're so selfish, so spoiled. You're right, there's no penalty officially, but I bet you'll be sorry later. No, I'll make sure you're sorry later. Anyway, hustle your butts onto the elevator. I'll be just one step ahead of you. When Monokuma was gone, we all rushed up to Kyoko. So you really didn't die?
indeed.
Of course I didn't die. My God, I'm so glad you're okay. Perhaps, but that's not necessarily a good thing for us. He's right, now we've got to deal with a ghost. I told you to stop talking. Come on, let's just go. Whatever we need to discuss, we can do it during the trial. Without ever looking directly at Kyoko, Yakuya stepped into the elevator. Good call. Who knows what might happen to us if we take too long. I'll
But
be happy when this trial's all over. One after another, everyone piled into the elevator, but I couldn't help myself. I had to talk to Yoko before the trial started. So, listen, before we get started, I have to ask you, where have you been this whole time? You used that key of yours to go somewhere, didn't you? So, I went to investigate the second floor of the dorms. There aren't any monitors or cameras there, so I was able to avoid Monokuma completely. Of course, I also missed his announcement because of that. I had no idea a body had been discovered. Then when did you find out? Just now, I finished my search and came back down just in time to hear the class trial announcement. Took some time to go over the crime scene first. Can't go to a trial completely uninformed, can I? So that's why you were late. Sorry I kept you all waiting. But if you were on the second floor of the dorms, then that's what the key you found goes to?
Wrong.
To be precise, not quite.
In
I
other
used
words,
Monokuma's secret tool which can open any lock in the school. Kyoko, what?
Just a second.
What are you two doing? Hurry up before we get in trouble with Monokuma.
Makoto.
We can go over all the details after we get through the trial, okay, Makoto? Right now, I just want to focus on surviving our current situation.
It would seem
This is probably the single most crucial moment so far for me. For her? That's a strange way to put it. Class trial is important for everyone, right? So why would she say it's for her?
goodbye.
Yeah, that's all. Seemingly unconcerned, Kyoko made her way to the elevator. It's overthinking what she said, right? Wild. Being the last one left us seven in the elevator. Door slid shut. This time a clunking was loud enough to hurt my ears and the dread began to consume me once again. I will. What happened? That raid message is from... Yeah, no, that's from a while ago. You're welcome. I can't imagine ever getting used to the mental pressure that comes with preparing for an execution. In that dusky darkness, nobody said a word. We just stood there silent and still. After an immeasurable period of time, the doors opened without warning. Dazzling light penetrated every depth of my eyes, but it wasn't the illuminating light of hope. It was blinding light of despair. Look at this room.
I can't wait. I can't wait.
I've been waiting for this. I feel like it's been forever since we got to the other leg of this. The time for pointless jokes and jabs has passed.
Thrills,
Let's get on with the show.
thrills.
So the curtain opened for the fifth time. Deadly judgment, deception, betrayal, riddle, defense, faith, class, trial. Will, I'm confused. What did you do? No. Will, did you do it? I bet you did it. Do I have extraordinary focus? Oh, I don't have any more SP. Time limit for each phase? Well, that's never a problem. Focus by 2. Effective during the class trial. Okay. Trial time. Let's go.
Let's begin with a basic
No.
explanation. If you can
No.
figure out who, then I'll punish everyone.
yeah.
Okay, well, I'll leave the rest up to you.
Well then, let's discuss the specifics of the victim. First, we need to clarify who exactly the unidentified
I should have went to
victim
the
is.
bathroom first. I'll do that real quick. Hold on. Quick ad break. I didn't think about it. I was too busy being confused by Will. They're done. It says there's like 6 seconds left. Hold up. Okay. Now they should be done. Probably. Right? Probably. Okay. We'll just keep going. Mary, are you present?
It's Kyoko. There's no other explanation.
Hero.
But Kyoko's standing
Yeah,
right there.
Hero, buddy.
No, that's a ghost.
Shut up.
But she has legs and stuff.
Ghosts can have legs and stuff. You know. You people.
Well, that's just because she's like the latest evolution in ghost technology.
Shut up.
There's a limit to how much ridiculousness I
Me
can
too,
tolerate.
Byakuya.
Okay.
Anyways.
So I just have to prove that the corpse isn't Kyoko,
Well,
right?
Kyoko? Is it you? No. There you have it.
Then let's compare Kyoko's traits to the traits of the dead body.
Her traits?
What important trait Kyoko has that proves the body doesn't belong to her? The gloves. Oh yeah, the face. It's not burnt. Her piercing glare.
I got it.
This is probably the chicken. I think so.
Talking about her gloves. They'll give us some insight into the mystery. I'm sure of it.
In that case, I think it would be helpful if someone explained why she actually wears those
Come
gloves.
on. Don't do.
And would you happen to know the answer?
Yes.
In fact, Monokuma told me. Apparently you have scars on your hands you don't want anyone to see.
Oh, you know, now that I think about it, the corpse wasn't
She's so
wearing
sad.
any gloves, right?
They probably just got burnt up in the explosion.
No.
I'm not convinced. The ghost is just trying to fool us
It's
all.
not how gloves work. There's no way that corpse was Kyoko, but if I can't prove why, we're gonna be stuck here. The case won't move forward. So I don't have a choice but to truthboard this. Tattoo, exploded body analysis, fake nails. Wait, Mary,
That Kyoko there is
you said you were gonna explain something. Is it after the trial?
okay. Then prove it.
I thought it was a new mechanic.
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
They got burnt up in the explosion.
Then she was wearing gloves before the explosion.
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing
Okay,
gloves.
the fake nails.
That corpse is absolutely Kyoko.
Or wait,
This entire
Tattoo.
discussion is idiotic.
alright. So tattoo at hero.
They got burnt up.
Then she was wearing
I think it's the
gloves
next one.
before the
Yeah.
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves. Because that
Crap.
corpse is absolutely
This entire discussion is idiotic.
I didn't think it would show up right in front of it.
Okay, then prove
The dead body
they got burnt up.
Then she was wearing gloves before the explosion.
Well, Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves.
I'm sorry?
Shoot,
Shoot.
that Kyoko there is just a ghost.
What's the exploded body analysis then? I guess. Burnt the upper half of the body.
Impossible.
Unless it's...
Okay, then prove it. Prove she's not a ghost.
The dead body wasn't where
They got burnt up.
then she was wearing.
Well, yeah.
wasn't wearing
That corpse
gloves.
is absolutely
She must have been
Kyoko.
wearing gloves.
This entire discussion is idiotic.
That Kyoko there is just a
That's
ghost.
weird.
Okay, then prove it.
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
They got burnt
Maybe I
up.
just take wasn't wearing gloves
Well, yeah.
and shoot
Is that corpse?
must have
This
been
entire
wearing
discussion
gloves.
is idiotic.
It doesn't seem to make sense though.
That Kyoko there is just
Okay,
then prove it.
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
They got burnt
Because
up.
they're actively talking to each other.
She was wearing gloves.
Well, yeah. She
Nope.
must have been wearing gloves.
I knew it.
Shoot,
For the love of God.
that Kyoko.
Impossible.
Okay, then prove it. Prove she's.
Let's look at what it says for the fake nails. I don't know how it's not the tattoo.
Ghost.
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
they got burnt up.
Then she was wearing gloves.
Well, yeah. She must have been wearing gloves.
Okay. It was the nails.
It's wrong.
I would think the tattoo, but sure.
No.
Actually, it could
There's
have
no way the
easily
corpse
been
was
either
wearing
of them.
gloves. Whoever it was, they were wearing fake nails, remember? I imagine trying to wear gloves over nails like that would have been a pretty big
Yeah,
deal.
alright. So that was the route you were going. Okay. Which, I mean, makes sense.
Besides, Kyoko wears gloves to hide her hands, right? It'd be pretty weird for someone who's self-conscious about their hands to wear fake nails. Don't you think?
Jeez, man, you don't know women, huh? They're complicated.
It's
like
true.
That.
If anyone doesn't know women,
It's true.
Well, Kyoko, any thoughts?
These gloves were custom made to the size of my hands to make sure they don't interfere with my
Wow.
daily life.
How
If
much
I
they
wore
could
fake
cost?
nails, the gloves wouldn't fit properly.
Then that's that. The dead body doesn't believe
How long has she been
Kyoko.
wearing them?
Which should have been obvious since she's standing right here.
They must be waterproof. She has to wash her hands.
Okay, so then, who's the real victim? First, we need
Yes,
to figure
thank
that
you.
out.
That's the first thing I said. You're the one who's been dragging us around in circles.
Idiot. Before anything, we have to identify the victim. Everything starts from there. Mary, you better not be taking a wooz out. Sprinklers, body, tattoo.
If Kyoko really is.
It's gotta be the sprinklers.
Then who died?
Some people don't need to wash their hands.
There's gotta be some way to figure it out. I don't think so. The face was scorched beyond recognition. And there wasn't any description in the Monokuma file.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if we can't identify the body...
Then there's nothing else we can do, right?
The tattoo, I guess? It's gotta be the tattoo.
If Kyoko really is still alive,
Then who died?
There's gotta be some
Died.
way to do so. The face, and there wasn't any description. Oh, if we can't identify the body...
then there's nothing else we can do, right?
Okay, so the second to last one.
If Kyoko really.
Then who died?
There's gotta be some... I don't think so. And there wasn't any description in the Monokuma file. Oh, if we can't identify the
There we go.
body...
No, it's wrong.
Shut up, we can! Shut up, Hina.
There was one clue left behind that we can use to identify the body.
What? For real? If you're lying, you'll die a cruel and unusual death.
Cruel and unusual death. This I gotta see.
Hero, no.
She's just being stupid. Ignore them, Makoto. Tell us what you're talking about.
The key to figuring out who it was is the tattoo on the back of her hand.
Oh yeah. The design's pretty strange, huh? Is this...
Do you people not know what a wolf looks like?
Her master must have made her get it. To be like, you're my bitch.
Amazing. Thanks, Toko. Thank you for your input.
They really did something that humiliating?
No, that's not it. The identity of the victim is hidden.
Just immediately no.
Oh, really?
If you compare the tattoo to other info we have, the victim's identity should become clear. Let's go ahead and bring up the profile.
I got it! The Fenrir Mercenary Corps. That's the name of the military group Mukuro Ikusaba belonged to.
Okay, so to show that they're a member of the team, each soldier that joins the squad would get a tattoo representing Fenrir somewhere on their body.
Fenrir?
The image that represents Fenrir is... Wolf. Is it just gonna be Wolf? Yeah, it's just gonna be Wolf. Boop. Boop, boop, boop. Well, that one was easy.
Now I understand.
Meanwhile, I got stuck at hair. Hot ear.
The representation of Fenrir is a wolf.
Fenrir, the Wolf of Ragnarok. It's from Norse mythology. A huge world-ending
I'm
wolf.
pretty sure that's the most you've ever said
He's the child of the trickster god Loki, and a female giant.
without any lewd stuff.
Man, after all this time, we finally got a glimpse of the literary
Exactly.
star.
Thank you, hero.
A wolf tattoo. And that means...
Exactly. The body we found had a tattoo of a wolf, which means that person must have once belonged to Fenrir. So it must have been Mukuro. What?
Oh, he did the little objection pose. He's becoming a regular Phoenix
Who
Ray.
was behind this whole thing?
You sound surprised, but you're absolutely right. Yes, indeed. The trial this time is to solve the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba.
Well, thank you for helping us out with that.
Are you saying the Mastermind is dead? And now we have to have a last trial?
No. It means we were wrong in thinking that Mukuro was the mastermind at all.
But I mean, being the ultimate despair seems like a pretty mastermindy
Yeah.
deal to me.
Maybe we shouldn't have been thinking of her as the ultimate despair. in
And
the
she's
first
actually
place.
the ultimate soldier, apparently.
After all, looking at her profile, I didn't see anything that would fit such a description. All it said was that she was the ultimate soldier. If I remember correctly, that other information came from Kyoko. That's what you told Makoto, right?
Yeah, true. Why did Kyoko...
So that means Kyoko got it wrong?
And who was she? Who was Mukuro Ikusaba? She's been gone this whole time? And when she finally turns up, she
Yeah.
gets killed. Usually when there's a scene where an important character dies, it has a lot more...
Why wasn't she allowed... Like, why didn't she need to come to all of the trials, too, is another big question I have.
So you're saying she wasn't an important character, which would mean she was the same as us. Just another participant.
Then who's the real mastermind?
It must have been the Hope's Peak Academy headmaster after all.
No, the headmaster has nothing to do with it.
But how can we trust that? We already know your information about Mukuro
Yeah.
is wrong.
My information was not wrong.
Okay. We're in the middle of a trial right now, figuring out who
Anyways.
killed Mukuro is first and foremost. Please limit all future prattle, chatter, and chit-chat as much as possible.
Fine. Uncovering the identity of the mastermind will have to wait.
I want to know why
But
she's so
remember
sure.
this. No matter what happens, we will find out who you really are. I stake my family
Why your
name
family
on it.
name?
I have officially decided to completely ignore all such attempts at provocation. Now then, just so nobody's confused, let me state this one more time for the record. The reason we're having a class trial is because a murder among the students has taken
Yes.
place. Hammer that point straight into your big ol' brain!
What you're saying is that both the victim and the culprit are part of the student body?
Wait.
Then, one of us killed Mukuro?
Wait, no. There's a chance that there's some mystery 17th person who's been hiding
Shoot,
all
that's
along.
wrong then, because Hiro said it. Is somebody somehow not dead? I don't know. Nah, I feel like that would be too...
Nope. There are only 16 students in total that have been taking part in
That's
these
not a
events.
student.
Seriously? Then one of us killed Mukuro?
Who did it? Who's the killer this time?
Because, like, pretty much everybody...
Get a hold of yourself. We've already narrowed down the list of possible suspects.
was either executed or murdered.
Huh?
I'm sure you realize who I'm talking about, right, Makoto? Who the evidence points to?
Based on what we know, there can only be two suspects. Toko and Genocide Jack. Yes. Makoto and Kyoko.
I got it!
It's me.
You've narrowed it down to Kyoko and me, right?
Why do you say that?
Allow me to explain. Just after nighttime last night, I went
We have
to
to
the garden.
hear him do
So
his
I can
spiel
confirm
again.
that at that point, there was no dead body there. So, the murder must have taken place after I left the garden. However, Hiro, Toko, Hina, and I were in the gym the entire time.
The gym?
That's right. The four of us were there trying to dismantle Monokuma. The whole time we were very
Which
careful
I
not
didn't
to go
appreciate.
anywhere alone. We even went to the bathroom in pairs. All of which is to say, the four of us all have alibis. The only ones without alibis
Are me and Makoto. That's why you're able to narrow down the list of suspects.
exactly so.
So the only suspects now are me and Kyoko. Can't let this stand. Somehow I have to clear my name. I have something...
I have something I'd like to say regarding the whole alibi
It
thing.
wasn't me.
Are you thinking of raising an
Easy.
objection?
Well, before that, I just want to try and get a better idea of what time the murder took place. Doing that might reveal some kind of clue.
Whatever you want. Somebody go ahead and help him out.
Me and Byakuya can both confirm that the body wasn't in the garden at... Well, it was after nighttime for sure. I'd say it must have been around 10 o'clock. So the murder must have happened after 10 p.m.
Then I guess we can say the time frame for the murder was between then and when we found the body? Oh, but what time did we find the body?
The one who saw the body first was Toko, right? When she went to go get
I'm surprised the pickaxe has nothing to do with this case. What time was it discovered? What did we say? We said at 9? Yeah,
I got it!
it's 9 on the dot.
The body must have been discovered at 9 a.m., since that's when Toko went to get the pickaxe.
Yeah, I already know of that.
He's right. It had to be around then.
So we can be totally sure the murder happened sometime between 10 at night and 9 in the morning.
For me, I was already asleep before nighttime hit, so I don't have an alibi after 10 o'clock. But I'm sure I met up with everyone else before 9 this morning.
We ran into each other in the dining hall, right?
You're spacing out badly. Why? Stop.
Yeah, right around 7:30. I remember checking right before I went in, so I'm totally sure about it.
Pay attention!
Is there anything exciting?
Which means
They're just
from
kind of
10
recapping
p.m.
a bunch of stuff that we
7:30
already
a.m.,
know.
You don't have an alibi.
Mary, what was that thing that you were going to tell me? Or is it not yet? Murder happened between 10 p.m. and 9 a.m. and I don't have an alibi from 10 p.m. till 7:30. Looks like the game has begun. If I can't provide an alibi for that period, then I just have to prove the murder didn't happen during the time I don't have an alibi. To do that, I have to make it clear when the body ended up in the garden. Dance party time. The sprinklers. Probably. Wait a little bit more.
We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yep, and Makoto doesn't have an alibi for most of that time.
Yeah, from 10
Yeah,
o'clock
from 10 o'clock.
to 7:30.
Oop.
That's That's more than enough time to commit murder, I should think. So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be the time.
Alright. So I guess...
We've established a time it took place somewhere between 9 o'clock and...
Yeah, from 10 to 7:30.
Shoot!
It's always... The problem is finding out what to shoot.
Time frame for the murder.
I'm pretty sure it's the sprinklers, since, you know... What were the other two options? Exploded body fragments.
Between 10 o'clock at night.
Fragments. No, that doesn't make sense.
And 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, from 10 to 7:30.
That's more than enough time to
I don't think I shoot the
Any
obvious.
objections now would be the... We've established a time it took place somewhere between...
Alright.
No, that's wrong.
I wouldn't think I shoot the obvious statement. Alright. Okay.
Actually, the murder couldn't have happened anywhere near 10 o'clock. It had to have
Oh,
taken place
I see.
way
Okay.
later.
That's what we're getting at.
What makes you say that?
Because of the sprinklers in the garden. The sprinklers are set to go off right at 7:30 every morning, right? So if the body had been in the garden before 7:30, then it should have been completely soaked.
Don't shoot anyone. I want to shoot Byakuya.
Oh, hold on. I remember this part perfectly. The body was wet. Dripping wet, in fact.
Sorry, Toko, but you're wrong.
I'm wrong? How? Are you saying only the mouth down south was wet? How dare you spew such a decent
Toko!
word?
Buddy!
No, I'm saying that the body was wet, but not because of the sprinklers.
Toko!
What do you mean?
Toko!
By denying the sprinkler, are you trying to deny my entire
Absolutely.
Man, you're totally wacko.
If you really think it wasn't the sprinkler, you'd better tell
Toko,
us
why are you here? You need to prove that it wasn't the sprinklers that got the body wet. All I have to do is hit Toko with certain evidence that should do it. Just smack her. If we look at the body itself, that should make it clear. Alright. Time to shoot at Toko.
I admit nothing. I hate you.
I hate you too.
No, no! I don't know anything! Hold on! Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. I hate you. No, no, no! I don't know anything! Hold on! Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. I hate you. No, no, no! I don't know anything! Hold on! Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing.
Okay.
How can you say it wasn't the sprinkler?
This should prove it.
I remember that other mechanic that they threw at me last time.
Just remember what the body was,
I was
like
waiting.
after the explosion, and you'll see why it wasn't the sprinklers.
They're gonna make me do it again.
The top half of the body was wet, yes, but the bottom half was completely dry. If the sprinklers got the body wet, shouldn't the whole body
What
have
happens
been
if I
wet?
don't do triangle? For those.
Oh, they only got the top wet? The bottom was completely dry? What a brutal maniac! And so
Me too.
Let's just...
Anyways.
The reason only the top half was wet was because... While the body was still on fire, I doused it with water. But only the part on fire, the top half.
Which everybody saw except Toko because she's
I
stupid.
guess the sprinklers really didn't do it.
So if the sprinklers didn't get the body wet, then the murder must have taken place sometime after after the sprinklers turned on at 7:30 in the morning.
I want to know how the chicken fits into this.
Sometime between then and
Oh.
But Makoto's alibi was only missing from 10 o'clock last night to 7:30 this morning, right?
So there's no way Makoto could have done it. I guess you had an alibi after all. Good for you.
In which case, the only one left without an alibi is Kyoko.
She can't exactly... No, I refuse to believe it. Kyoko murdered someone? That's...
I'd just like to say one thing. If you vote for me and I die here, the mystery of this school will stay hidden forever. Which is why I can't let that happen.
Uh-huh.
So are you saying you're not the culprit?
Of course I'm not. I have no reason to kill anyone. This is a trap the Mastermind has laid for us.
A trap?
We're this far into the game, and now you decide to blame
Yeah.
me? Stop wasting time! Stop wasting energy! You really think your little trick
Oh
is
my
gonna
god.
work?
Shut up, you!
You got it, boss! Shutting up now!
Anyway, Kyoko, you actually did have a reason to kill
I would love that if that wasn't just, you know, a slapstick response. And he was actually calling Byakuya a boss. Byakuya is just a good actor. He's been in on it the entire time, been behind it.
Huh? She did?
She thought Mukuro was the ultimate despair. In other words, the mastermind behind everything. So she killed her to try and put a stop to all this. Isn't that right, Kyoko? But you made one catastrophic mistake. Mukuro wasn't the mastermind at all. And as a result, we were forced into another trial. Something I'm sure you weren't at all expecting.
So, that was her motive?
I mean,
She had a motive and no alibi. Well then, I think it's pretty clear Kyoko's gotta be
it
the
would make sense from their perspective. But her alibi was she was
I'm not the only
exploring.
one without an alibi. Makoto's explanation is still insufficient.
Wait. Did she just point the finger at me?
The sprinklers didn't get the body wet, but that doesn't mean the murder happened when he said it did.
What are
Yeah.
Because you see, there is a way the body could have avoided
Moving
getting
it from a
wet.
different space.
Interesting. I'm listening.
Oh no.
All it would take is covering the body with a certain something to keep it from
Oh yeah,
getting
the
wet.
tarp. There it is. The chickens.
I got it! You're talking about the tarp, aren't you?
You catch on quick. You're right. All you'd have to do is cover the body with the tarp, and that'd take care of the water. In fact, that's exactly what the killer did. The dirt pattern on the tarp can attest to that. Only one side of the tarp got dirty, because that's the side that got covered in water. The side that faced down over the body, meanwhile, kept perfectly clean.
Huh.
This proves that the killer used the tarp to keep the body from getting soaked.
But why would they go to all that effort just to keep the body from getting wet?
Most likely so they could cloud the issue of when the murder actually took place. In other words, to create an excuse exactly like the one Makoto just gave us.
No. Why would Kyoko say that? Why would she want me to, like, want to make me look like the killer? No, I can't think about that right now. The tarp. If it was used the way Kyoko said, the tarp must have touched the body, right? But the body...
Wait, something's not right.
And what might that be?
It would have had blood on the other side. Well, maybe not necessarily. Can't worry about Kyoko's motivations. If I don't do something, everyone's gonna think I'm the killer. I have to refute what Kyoko said.
By covering the body with the tarp, the killer prevented it from getting wet.
So the reason the tarp was only dirty on one side is because the sprinkler got that side
She's
wet.
insane.
But the underside of the tarp,
This is essentially a boss fight
totally
against her.
spotless, right?
It's because that side was protected from the water. Since it was facing down toward the body, of course it didn't get dirty.
Protected from the water, didn't get dirty. Remember the blood on the body hadn't dried yet. Even warned us not to touch it.
By covering the body with the tarp,
I can't
killer
believe
prevented it from
that
getting
this
wet.
is the
Because the sprinkler,
But the underside, it was totally
it's because that side was protected from the water.
Ugh. Oh wait, no. Was that?
By covering the body with the tarp,
The killer prevents
Only dirty on one side.
But the underside, it was totally spotless.
Because that side was
Protected from the
since it was
water.
facing down of course it didn't get dirty.
Internet being dumb? Is it mine? Hold up. Oh, there you are. It has been a little wonky lately. Is it, like, better now? Stuff keeps repeating sometimes and it crashed for a good couple of seconds. Alright. Hold on. I had to refresh a portion of the screen. Huh. Alright. Keep an eye on it. Fine, just keep going. Gosh. Gosh.
by covering the body with the tarp, the
This
killer
might be a
prevented it from
flashback
getting
thing.
wet.
So the reason
Only
the
dirty
tarp
on one
was
side.
because the spring, but the underside of it was totally it's 'cause
Protected
That
from the
side was
water.
protected from the water since it was facing down toward the. Of
Didn't
course
get
it
dirty.
Didn't get dirty.
Is this a flashback one? I can't really tell.
By covering the body with the tarp, the killer prevented it from getting.
So the reason the tarp was only dirty on one side is because the sprinkler got that side wet.
Dirty on one side.
But the underside of the tarp, it was totally spotless, right?
It's because that side was protected from the water.
I didn't think so. This isn't a flashback one?
Shoot!
By covering the body with the tarp, the killer prevented it from getting wet.
So the reason the tarp was only dirty on one side.
Okay, no, it's none of those.
Shoot!
By
Well, if it's not a
covering the body
flashback,
with
then
the
it's not
tarp,
body before the explosion.
The killer prevented it from getting
Shoot.
wet.
Okay. I have the right bullet? Wait. That's what I thought.
The reason the tarp was only dirty on
I hit
one
all of these,
side
though.
is because the sprinkler got that
Are you
side
sure?
wet.
But the underside of the tarp,
Because I hit all of them.
it was totally spotless, right? It's
Because that side was protected from the water. Since it was facing down toward the body, of course it didn't get dirty.
Oh, wait, maybe I didn't hit all of them. Is it the... It's gotta be the last one. The repeat and the quality? It looks fine on my end. Maybe it hasn't caught up yet. Hold on. Yeah, no, it looks fine. Alright, let me try the last one.
By covering the killer prevents...
I think my initial thing was I wanted to try the last one, and then this one threw me off.
Since it was facing down toward, of course it didn't get dirty.
There we go.
No, that's wrong.
My bad.
Actually, one side being clean is pretty strange if you think about it.
Mary, are you getting any more interruptions on your end?
Because the blood wasn't dry before the body got blown up, right? Byakuya said it himself. Not to touch it, or you might get some on you. If you put a target...
Yeah, that's the one I meant to hit. Whoops.
It absolutely would have gotten blood on
Back now for now. I don't think I'm experiencing any issues.
Well, maybe the culprit washed it, so nobody would know they
Dude.
used it.
Then both sides would be clean. Also, is there even a... Yeah, no, there is a laundry room.
If they had, they would have washed both sides. Just washing the one side wouldn't
Yeah,
find
dude.
anything.
Oh,
Not so far?
true.
More than that,
Oh, yeah.
what if the very blood we saw on the body was meant as a kind of camouflage?
Dude. The blood was camouflage.
What if, after the killer used the tarp to avoid the sprinklers, they then covered the body in blood that didn't belong to the victim?
You mean someone else's
The
blood?
freaking...
Where would they get something like
The freaking nurse's office.
I know. They could have grabbed some of the blood packs from the
Yeah.
nurse's office. Fumi did, right? When he pretended to be dead?
No, that's not what happened
Okay.
this time. The killer got the blood from right there in the garden.
Chicken blood? Oh no! Let me just make sure there's nothing else. Wood block, titanium, bloody duct tape. I mean, I don't know where bloody duct tape would come from. Huh.
I got it!
Ah.
Could it have been...
Oh no.
blood?
He killed the 5th chicken! Wait,
When I checked
no,
the
I'm
chicken
falling
coop
for
before the murder, there were
freaking
5 chickens.
Kyoko's trap too.
But after the murder, there were only 4.
So, you're saying someone killed a chicken? And then covered the body with
no.
its blood?
That's not where I wanted the chicken to go at all in this case.
Man, that's messed up.
Killing a living thing just to do something like that is awful. They should have at least
Hina.
eaten it.
I wonder if the killer had to get the blood from the scene so they wouldn't be spotted walking around. There's
Anyway,
no
he did it.
denying that a chicken went missing, which provides a basis for my theory.
Perhaps, but even so, there's one thing that still doesn't make sense. You said the culprit used the tarp to avoid the water and then covered the body in blood, right? But if that's the case, then the blood should have soaked into the ground around the body.
Thank you, Byakuya. You're my only hope.
But that's not what we saw. Only the victim's clothing had blood on it. The ground was completely clean.
I have to agree, that certainly is strange. Maybe they didn't apply the blood at the scene. Maybe they covered the coat in blood beforehand.
Christ.
They covered it beforehand?
When you discovered the body, was it wearing the coat like you normally would?
It's like I'm fighting Celeste again.
I think so. Wait, no. The head was through the neck hole, but the arms weren't in the sleeves.
Then that settles it.
So you did it.
I'm having a tough time keeping.
Here's what happened. The murder took place before the sprinklers went off, but the body didn't get wet because the killer covered it with the tarp. Then, later, at the same time the killer was gathering up the tarp, they pulled the coat over the body, the coat they'd already covered in blood. This series of cover-ups was meant to disguise the actual time the murder occurred. They wanted us to think the murder happened sometime after the sprinklers had gone off, at 7:30.
If that's actually what took place, it certainly becomes possible that the murder happened earlier.
But to pull all that off, wouldn't they have had to go back to the garden after the sprinklers turned off?
That actually wouldn't have been all that difficult. Huh? They already had the coat ready, so they just had to grab the tarp and pull the coat over the body. They'd be done in no time. Maybe.
I mean,
But
I
still.
guess.
Hina, after you met up with Makoto in the dining hall, did you two stay together from that point on?
Oh no. I headed off to the gym, and Makoto didn't show up till later.
Then he had plenty of time to spare, wouldn't you say?
Kyoko, I hate you.
Don't bother saying it's not possible.
I must admit, Kyoko's reasoning is sound. Makoto's alibi is inadequate.
And the suspicion falls back at me again, but why? Why is Kyoko trying to entrap me? I don't understand. Disguised dead body.
Well then, it looks like we're back to square one. Makoto's alibi is no good, so once again, our suspects are him and Kyoko.
For serious, man? Which one of them did it? Hey, why don't we let luck decide? Let's flip a coin. 50,
God, at
50
this
odds.
point.
Oh!
See? Pretty good idea, right?
No, not that. I just remembered something
You know,
super
what are you
serious.
holding out?
Well, don't just stand there. Out with it.
You know that knife we found all black and burnt?
One we found stuck in the body before it exploded, right? According to the Monokuma file, the knife went all
I think
the
I know
way
where
through,
Hina's going from
front
this.
to back. So, what
We
about
gave
it?
that to Makoto, didn't we? Oh.
I'm pretty sure I'd seen that knife somewhere before. That's what I thought when I first saw it. I just remembered.
Hina, buddy. It was Kyoko's idea to give it to Makoto, too.
It's the knife we gave to Makoto?
You don't seem surprised. You must have noticed earlier.
Yeah.
Then why did you
Oh
hide
my
that?
god. It's not a hiding thing.
It's not that I hid it. It's just...
Couldn't be sure of what actually happened last night. Thought maybe I really did kill her.
Suspicious. Very suspicious indeed.
Everybody doubts.
The knife we found stuck in the body came from Makoto. Now I'm totally convinced he did it. 12,000% convinced.
Technically, it came from Toko. Where'd you find it again? Considering everything up until now, I should be able to make it clear. I have to prove that I didn't murder anyone. I'm not the killer. Stop pointing at me. Put your finger down. Disguised dead body, exploded body, fragments.
The knife we found lodged in the dead body.
It's the same one we gave to
No, it's not
Makoto.
gave to Makoto.
It really is, isn't it? I was afraid of that.
If he did have that knife before, then that seals it. Makoto did it.
Just because I had the knife once, that automatically makes me
Yeah,
the
really.
killer?
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her, right? So there's no
Ah, there it
question.
is.
You took that knife.
Because stabbed and, where is it? Hold up. What are my options?
of yours and killed her with it.
Exploded body analysis? I think it's that one. No, it's not that one. Disguise dead body.
The knife we found
Fragments.
lodged in the dead body.
Disguise and fragments. Where's disguised? There it is. Took place from... Jacket had previously been treated with blood to make it look like the corpse had been wearing it. Wait, but where's... been struck to... as thick as a metal pipe. Several days old. Okay. Then... this must be a flashback one. Because none of these have...
If he did have that knife before...
I mean, maybe it's the fragments.
Just because I have the knife, that automatically makes...
Well, getting stabbed is what killed, so there's no question.
It wasn't the explosion that killed her, though, right? It says... dead before the blast, yeah. Hard to breathe. Should be noted that the bomb... no.
You took that knife of yours and...
What a horrible man you are,
Huh.
Kodo.
Coat was put on the body after the tarp was removed, which means the knife was thrust through the coat into the body.
The knife we found lodged in the dead body.
It's the same one we gave to Makoto.
It really is, isn't it? I was
If he did have that seals it. Look, just because I had the knife, that automatic...
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her, so there's no question. You took that knife of yours and...
What a horrible man you are.
Huh. I don't think it's flashback. I only have 2.5 hearts to deal with this, too.
It's the same one we
Gave it to Makoto and...
Just because I had that automatic...
gave to Makoto and getting stabbed.
So there's no question. You took that knife of yours...
This one's tricky.
Killed her with it.
What a horrible man you are, Makoto. The knife we found lodged in the dead body.
Fragments, disguise, exploded. I don't think it's exploded. Is it the disguised body? Cover the body. Jacket to prove it's been treated with blood. Maybe it's that one.
It really is, isn't it? I was afraid of that.
If he did have that knife before,
that seals it. Just because I had the
I don't know. This doesn't feel right.
well, getting stabbed is what...
Wow, okay.
No, it's wrong.
That doesn't feel right. It feels so weird.
Wait, hold on. The stab wound isn't what killed Mukuro. That should be clear from the description of the cover-up we just heard.
Maybe I was overthinking it.
We never talked about what killed her.
No, don't you remember? The killer covered the dead body with the tarp, and then put the bloody coat on it, right? In other words, the victim never wore that blood-stained coat until after they were dead.
Okay, fine. So what?
So, when we discovered the body, the knife had been thrust through the coat along with the body. Meaning, if she wasn't stabbed until the coat was put on, and she was already dead at that point,
Gotcha.
obviously the stab wound isn't what killed her.
Maybe you stabbed her twice. Once to kill her and once to cover it up.
Uh-huh. Victim was stabbed twice in the same spot. No, there's no way that's possible. Exact condition of the body was written down for everyone to see. Yeah, in the file.
I got it! The Monokuma file clearly states that there was only one stab wound.
Oh yeah, you sure did. Totally
Yeah.
forgot about it.
Okay.
And the knife
was just another piece of camouflage set up by the true killer. They probably stabbed her to draw attention away from what actually killed her. Exploding the body afterward was probably meant to do the same thing. The explosion severely damaged the body, making it impossible to know what really killed her. It was all the killer's attempt to destroy all evidence of their crime.
A very good attempt, I must say.
So they wanted us to notice the stab wound and then detonated the body afterward. They meant for us to latch onto the knife as the cause of death, then destroy any evidence proving otherwise.
Oh, hey, I have a question. It kind of goes back to the beginning, but what's the deal with that explosion anyway? Why'd the body just blow up all
I wish we could have seen what she looked like.
If you bothered to put that lump of gray matter between your ears
Amazing.
to use, you'd know the answer.
Well, if you're so smart, tell me.
I'll tell you. I bet some unknown quantum particles cause an atomic level spontaneous combustion!
I might be dumb, but even I'm not dumb enough to believe that.
Well, at least she's aware.
Go ahead, Makoto. Tell her or we won't make any headway on this.
Only one explanation I can think of for the explosion. There wasn't, like, anything about the bomb itself, right? It was just the fragments? Yeah, no, it was just the fragments.
I got it! After the explosion, we found a tiny fragment of something on the ground near the body, right? That fragment reveals the cause of the explosion.
Huh? You know, I feel like I've seen something like it somewhere before.
That's only natural. Because, of course, we saw the same thing when we dismantled Monokuma. It's part of a bomb.
Which Kyoko probably had no clue about, so...
Oh! Then the explosion
That's it
was
for
because
me?
of the Monokuma bomb.
Following a guide so I know where you are. Good time, good luck solving this. No, you gotta stay! This one's interesting. They've all been interesting.
Anyway, the culprit's motive is becoming more and more obvious by the minute. They wanted the knife wound to
Wait a
look like
second.
the fatal injury so that we'd suspect
Oh,
Makoto.
it did... The stream died, at some point. Because I see the timer, restarted. It's at 21 minutes. That's weird. Huh. I guess I'm gonna have to fuse all this together.
And the only one who would benefit from that is the only other possible suspect. You, Kyoko.
This is a really crazy back and forth. I don't think either of them did it.
Hold on a second, Byakuya.
What's the problem?
Well, I just feel like we need to think this through. We still don't know what actually killed the victim.
That's true. It's definitely bugging me. What really killed her?
Fine. I have no problem with that. Let us continue the debate. It won't change the facts of the case.
It's one of you. We need to determine what ultimately killed the victim. We need to concentrate. Oh, it's just Monokuma 5? Oh, this is a flashback then.
Then shall we
It has to
continue the
be.
debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined, correct?
The explosion didn't kill her for sure.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's not the explosion.
Yeah, she was already totally dead when that happened.
And it wasn't even because of the knife,
Right?
And then there's only one other thing.
Oh yeah. According to the Monokuma file, that's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her
Yes.
head.
And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire...
Countless... Oh. Yeah, no, it said the countless wounds were, several days old. Yeah. You're an idiot.
Then
Okay.
shall we continue? The victim's fatal...
The explosion
So,
didn't
it's
Yeah.
the last one.
Oh yeah. That's gotta be it.
There was that. And more than that,
The victim had suffered countless wounds across her
Huh?
entire body.
Yes! I do. You're stupid.
Then shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has...
He's a piece of garbage. Explosion, victim. They also had been...
To be determined, correct?
The explosion didn't kill
Explosion didn't do it. Knife didn't do it.
Oh yeah. That's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her head.
And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire
Alright, I'm
body.
thinking it's a flashback then.
Then shall we continue?
I need to shoot his first statement with
And it wasn't even
Oh yeah.
this.
Gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her head.
It's gotta be.
More than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire body.
Then shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be
Yeah,
determined.
okay, cool.
No, what's wrong?
That one wasn't too bad.
Mukuro died because of the blow to the back of the head she suffered.
What about the wounds all over the rest of her body? They didn't have anything to do with it?
The Monokuma file makes it clear that those weren't fresh wounds.
Oh yeah, good point. If they were old, I guess they don't really matter.
Okay, then we're safe in assuming
They're a
the
few
blow to
days
the back
old
of her
though.
head
I
is
think
what
they
killed her.
matter a little bit. Curious how they got there. Few days old?
But then, what was the murder weapon?
The Monokuma file says she was hit with a blunt object, about as thick as a metal pipe.
Thick as a metal pipe.
Oh, I bet it was the pickaxe.
How is that even possible? If you hit someone with that, it'd cave their skull in
Yeah.
completely.
Well, maybe they held it the other way and hit her with the handle.
Sure.
No way! The balance would be all off. You wouldn't be able to swing it with any
Exactly.
kind of power. I wouldn't mind testing it on you if you want.
Toko, what?
No thanks. I bet you just hit me with a metal end and call it an accident.
I'd love to scoop out that nasty brain of yours, throw it on the ground, and spit
What's
on it.
happening?
I feel the same way. Looks like we're on the same page
What's happening
this
here?
time.
Are they best friends?
We want to figure out what killed her, right? It just so happens we already know.
We already know? I knew we could count
Stop
on
drawing.
you, Master.
Put that away.
So what was it?
Go ahead and tell them, Makoto. Surely you've deduced the real murder weapon?
Yeah. Toko being Toko. yeah, I totally know. The chickens. Oh. A metal pipe. Gotcha.
I got it!
That's not how
Mukuro was
you
hit in
use
the
an
back
arrow.
of the head with something, and that's what killed her. And that something was the titanium arrow we found in the locker in the dojo.
Arrow. That's what the Cobra attacked Mukuro with?
Indeed. There's no doubt about it.
Are you sure? That sounds...
A little bit.
Hey! How dare you backtalk, Master? You have no right!
I'm not back-talking anything. I'm just saying
As
what
you
I
should.
think.
Carry on. As long as it's not stupid. I don't blame Hina for doubting it, because there's one more thing about the weapon. One more secret. It's gotta be the tape. Tape key arrows.
The titanium arrow. It was in the dojo locker, right?
Battalion.
I have no doubt that was the murder weapon.
Just like Metal Mario.
Are you sure?
I want the metal cap.
You don't sound convinced.
Metal cap theme is a bop.
What's the problem?
Well, because in the Monokuma file, it said the weapon must have been about as thick as a metal pipe, right? It seems like an arrow would just be too thin.
Talking back to Master! You have no right!
Okay. Is that... No, that wouldn't make sense, would it? If it was just that titanium arrow wouldn't be nearly thick enough, which is why they use...
The titanium arrow. It was in the dojo locker, right? I have no doubt that was the murder weapon.
Are you sure?
You don't sound convinced.
Well, it said the weapon must have... It seems like an arrow would just be too thin. Talk back to Matt. You have no right!
But that...
The titanium arrow.
I don't know. I feel like duct tape
It was
would
in the dojo locker, right?
soften the blow.
I have no doubt that was the murder weapon.
Are you sure?
You don't sound convinced.
Well, it said the weapon must have been about as thick. It seems like an arrow would...
Okay.
No, it's wrong.
I just feel like it would soften the blow a little bit. But okay.
You're right. Just the one arrow would have been too weak. That's why the killer used another weapon.
Another weapon?
Inside the dojo locker, we also found a balled-up wad of duct tape. The killer probably uses duct tape to bind multiple arrows
Still think it would...
Bundling them together using the duct tape would easily create a single weapon as thick as a
Oh, I was going the wrong direction with that.
And that's exactly what the killer
Never mind.
did.
It's similar to Aesop's fable about the bundle of sticks. One stick is weak, but put them together and they become strong. It's meant to teach cooperation.
Thank you, Toko.
How is it harsh? Are you even listening?
Anyway, that explains the
How is it
murder weapon.
harsh?
As for who the culprit is that stashed the weapon in the dojo locker, it was you, Kyoko.
I've never been to the dojo.
Oh no, you absolutely have.
Isn't that where she went first before, like, when it opened up?
How can you say that with such confidence?
Because we have proof, of course. Don't we, Makoto?
Oh, right, the key.
What's the matter? Surely you don't intend to protect a murderer.
I mean...
You know what will happen if you do,
I mean-
don't you? If you cover for the culprit, there's only one thing that can lead to the death of us all. Remember?
Of course I remember.
Then show us. Show everyone the evidence that proves Kyoko went to the dojo.
She's just gonna be like, you went to my room. Evidence that Kyoko went to the dojo must be connected to that locker. The chickens? She didn't...
The one thing that
She didn't
proves
react at
Kyoko
all
is in the
to
dojo is
the thing, the Mukuro's sheet. We only would have found that if we opened the envelope,
right here. The key to the dojo
which she said
locker.
only to open if something happens.
And how does that prove anything?
Because I found it in your room.
It was in my room?
Surprise.
Don't bother trying to play dumb.
Wait.
That key is just the final
She's just like,
piece
wait,
of
what?
the puzzle. Your non-existent alibi, your clear motive, your attempts to frame Makoto for the crime. This all proves that you are the true culprit. You can't explain this away, so just give up.
Hold on a second.
Not this again. You really are dead set on
Jeez.
defending her, aren't you?
Neither of us did it.
No, it's
No.
not that I want to defend her. It's just...
I'm so
there's
tired of
one more thing I
Byakuya.
need to
Same,
ask
dude.
you. Kyoko, I want you to tell me
Did you do it?
Last night, you were in my room, weren't you? Why? What were you doing there? That's what I need to know.
I was just protecting you.
What?
She was protecting me. That doesn't... Then does that mean she... She knew I was being attacked. And she came to my rescue. Could that be when... Which would mean that Kyoko killed someone for me.
That's enough. The time for idle chatter is over. A verdict is close at hand.
Wait. I'm warning you. Don't make this mistake. I'm not the killer.
I knew you were stubborn, but this is just getting ridiculous.
Really? But you should know better than anyone I didn't do it. Can you tell me I'm wrong?
Huh?
I should know.
He's confused too. What? Byakuya should know better than anyone? What's that mean? And then it just throws me into another discussion. When the body was found. I love how it's like, okay, well, this is wrapped up. No, it's not. You know.
What do you mean?
Because you did it.
Exactly
Kyoko, what?
I said. I'm not the killer. You should understand that more than anyone here.
Byakuya, what are you hiding?
Master would never hide something from me.
There's proof that you aren't the culprit. Is that what you're saying?
You
Time?
stated a theory earlier.
Is this another flashback? It has to
Said I
be.
hid the
There's only
evidence of
one
my crime
bullet.
in the dojo locker, and then left the locker key in my own room. Correct? But could I really have done that?
Kyoko gave her room key to Byakuya, right? Which would mean... Oh, yeah.
Those words you just spoke. What do you
That's true.
Exactly what I said. I'm not the killer. You should understand that more than anyone here.
7 a.m. Makoto wakes. 7:30, they go to the dining hall. 7:39, meet in the gym. 9, bodies found.
Byakuya, what are you hiding?
Does that add up? I think it's a... I'm pretty sure it's a flashback.
There's proof that you aren't the culprit. Is that what you're saying?
There's proof.
You stated that you said I hid the evidence of my, and then left the locker key in my
Locker
own
key
room.
in my own room.
But could I really have done that?
Those words you just spoke.
Exactly. I'm
Not the killer.
You should understand. Master would never.
There's proof.
That you aren't. Is that what you're?
You stated that you said I hid the, and then
Locker
left
key
the
in my
locker
own
key in my
room.
own room. But could I really have done
Locker
that?
key in my own room.
Those words you just spoke.
Exactly what I'm not the killer. You should understand. Master would never.
There's proof that you aren't. Is that what you're?
You stated a theory. You said I hid the evidence of, and then left.
Should
the
I take
locker
theirs
key in my
proof and then
own
shoot
room.
the locker key in
Could
my
I
own
really
room?
have
Or
done that?
the reverse?
Those words you just.
Exactly. I'm not the. You should understand.
I have to shoot.
There's proof that you aren't. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, absorb.
You stated a theory. You said
'Cause-
I hid the evidence
hold on.
of my crime in the...
I think it's called flashback in the game. Yeah, truth bullet flashback. That's what I'm talking about.
dojo lock and then left the locker key in my own room. Correct. But could I really have done that?
Those words you just spoke.
Exactly what I'm not.
Okay,
the
I think
killer.
I
You
shoot
should
Byakuya's
understand.
statement.
Master would never hide something.
There's proof that you aren't the culprit.
Yeah, okay, cool.
No, that's wrong.
I hit X on accident.
If I'm right, Kyoko wouldn't have been able to get into her room
Why not?
because she had given her room key to Byakuya.
I see. So that's what you meant. And if I had the key to your room,
Then obviously I had no way of getting in. Without my room key, I couldn't have possibly put the locker key in there myself. Am I wrong?
it would appear.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Then you're finally starting to understand.
No, that's not actually true. There was a clear contradiction in what Kyoko just told us, an obvious lie. This just isn't like her. To try and save herself with such a desperate lie. Does she really feel that threatened, because she's the killer? Or is it something else? Was there some deeper meaning hidden in what Kyoko said earlier? Vote for me and I die here, the mystery of the school will stay hidden forever. I can't let that happen. This is a trap the Mastermind's laid for us. Mastermind's trying to trap Kyoko? But what if that's not really true? What could I do? What should I do? The Mastermind's trap. Victim was Murkuro and Kyoko killed her. What does Kyoko really know? What am I supposed to do? Kyoko's lie. I'm the only one who knows it's a lie. I'm the only one who can expose it. But who can I trust? What am I supposed to do? The Mastermind's trap. Okay, here. You spend all your time trying to avoid danger, will never move forward. We know the danger, but if the risk means solving the mystery, we have no choice. What do I do? I have to decide right here and now whether or not to expose Kyoko's lie? Run away? Is this what you mean? Choose pursue the lie? Okay. Here's what run away does, because you can't really run away in this situation.
There was a lie hidden within Kyoko's statement just now.
A lie?
Isn't that right, Kyoko?
You said it. The burden of proof is on you. So
That's
let's
what I
hear it.
mean.
Where's this lie, then?
Kyoko's definitely lying, and it must be because there's some other deeper truth she wants to keep hidden. Kyoko's account. Don't worry about it? Alright. I just need an explanation later on.
I didn't have the key to my room because I'd given it to Byakuya.
What's Kyoko's account? Just so I'm on the same page. Use secret tool which grants access to any room. This area seems to have no monitors or security cameras.
There's no doubt about that, right?
You are correct.
So I couldn't possibly have gotten into my
I'm
room.
into my room.
Then, when we searched Kyoko's room, how else could the key have gotten there?
Someone other than me must have put it there. That's the only explanation.
Kyoko herself told me before the trial started that she had stolen something very important from the headmaster's room.
I didn't have the key to my room.
I didn't have it.
Because
I'd given it to Byakuya.
There's no doubt about that.
You are correct.
So I couldn't possibly have gotten into my room.
Then, how else could the key have gotten?
Someone other than me must have put it there. That's the...
Is this another flashback?
the only explanation.
No, I feel like I have to
I
expose
didn't have the key
her
to
side
my
of the
room
story.
Because I'd given it to
She did.
Byakuya. There's no doubt about...
You are correct.
So I couldn't possibly have gotten into my room.
Oh, wait.
When we
Wait.
searched Kyoko's room, how else could the key?
I see.
Someone other than me
I
must
see.
have put it there. That's... I didn't have it because I'd given it.
There's no doubt about
You are correct.
So I couldn't possibly have gotten into my
There we
room.
go.
No, it's wrong.
Right, because she was wandering around, so...
No. Kyoko could have gotten into her room. You said so yourself. Didn't you, Kyoko?
To be precise, not quite. Use the secret tool which can open any lock in the school. Yeah.
Monokuma's secret tool?
Kyoko stole it from the headmaster's room. It lets you get into any room in the school,
This feels dirty.
which means she could have used it to get into her own room.
Then I guess that's
Uh-huh.
You're giving up just like that? You admit to killing...
it. No, I'm simply recognizing that I lost.
What are you talking about?
Like I said, this was a trap, and I wasn't able to escape it, so I lost. That's all this means.
Then, are you saying you really didn't, Kyoko? You really aren't the killer?
Okay, time's up!
What?
Huh?
I'm sorry to say, but your time is up! All done, all finished. The class trial is all over.
But that's ridiculous! Since when is there any...
It's because you were late,
Oh.
so the trial started late and time.
Consequences.
So then, it's time for voting time, okay? Everyone, please vote using the lever in
But-
front of you. But I guess we already know who the blackened is, don't we?
Well, oh no. Good job, you got it right. Brilliantly right. No, we didn't. So I mean, Kyoko's really the killer, but something strange is going on here. Something wrong with this whole class trial. I'm very confused. Why would he say that's right? It's not.
Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment. Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time.
Punishment time. Woo. Classroom? Is she gonna be smashed? Oh my god, she's gonna be smashed. After school lesson? That's how the class trial of Mukuro came to an end. So I had to wonder whether Kyoko was actually innocent, or regardless, the truth was lost forever, even for me. I just stopped thinking about it. That was the end of Mukuro's class trial. And in the end, it would prove to be our last class trial. The last one? Once that case was over, there was never a single murder at Hope's Peak ever again. We'd obtained peace in exchange for the lives of all the others. Wait, what's happening here? Oh my god. Oh no. Oh, they... Oh, where's Toko? Why is she dead? Look at Miyagi. Why does he look like that? This is very strange. Peace, but only for us. That was the only hope we had. Hope. Is this hope?
No! This isn't right!
Dead. Why is she dead? Did they kill her?
Makoto, why are you staring off into space? Don't you have a rebuttal for Kyoko's claim?
Staring off into... That didn't happen? Do you want me to explain now? Do I expose Kyoko's lie or not? So... She's not wrong. I have to decide. So this time... Let it go? Kyoko can't die. So, I'm assuming I let it go, but that would mean... Yeah? Let it go. I've made my decision. I have to believe in Kyoko. There's no way she would kill someone. There has to be some secret here. Something that has to do with Mastermind's trap that Kyoko mentioned.
Well, does no one have a rebuttal? Have you decided to accept her assertion as fact? I see. So you still refuse to accept it. I suppose we have to admit that Kyoko didn't put the locker key in her room. That it was someone else.
But who else could it have been?
I mean, Byakuya had a room key, right?
You! What are you trying to...
Shut up, Toko.
But of course, I have an alibi. From nighttime on, I was with you guys the entire time. I couldn't possibly have killed anyone, or put the key in Kyoko's room.
Well, someone had to put the key in there.
Yeah.
There's only one other possibility I can think of. Someone could have had the key on them, then once they arrived at the scene, pretended to find it there.
That's how he's gonna spin it.
It had to be Makoto, right?
But
I don't see any other option.
Wait a second. You've got it all wrong. Let's think about it one more time. There's gotta be a hidden side to this case.
There's a lot happening. I'm still kind of reeling from the fact that they all had their way with Hina.
Huh? A hidden side?
Was she okay with it? There's no way she was okay with freaking Byakuya.
First of all, there's something off about this entire trial. You all see it, don't you? Mukuro, who we didn't even know existed, suddenly shows up dead. And then we're thrown into a trial. And Kyoko even said, it's a trap the Mastermind set for us. So that's why this has to be...
Okay, time's up!
Huh?
So,
Time's up! Class trial's all over! Everyone can stop talking now!
What? Time's up?
What do you mean time's up? There's no time's up. Since when have we...
It's because you were late, so we had to push back the start time. So then, it's time for voting time, okay? Everyone, please vote using the lever in
so am I assuming...
Voting time?
I think Makoto's gonna get, an after-school lesson. Let me know when you want me to explain. Sure.
Now, who will be chosen as the...
I'm not sure when.
Will you make the right choice or the dread... Hey, hold on! What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Oh no.
Oh no.
What? You think I'm the killer? I'm sorry, man. Yeah, sorry. It's all your fault. Everyone, you're wrong. You've got it all wrong. I didn't do it. Good job, everyone. Good job. Yeah, they got it right. No, I know that's not true. None of this makes any sense. This whole trial doesn't make any sense. It makes perfect sense. Same as always. It's just like all the other class trials, and I'm gonna end it the same way. Time for your heart-pounding, positively thrilling punishment. Does he get something different? Pursue the lie is the only bad ending in the game. Kyoko.
I don't expect you to forgive me. I know this is all my fault.
Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
Is it still after school lesson, or was that Kyoko specific? I didn't think I'd see this screen. Makoto's been found guilty. Only one with a different ending. No, this is still after school lesson. So Makoto's execution. Huh? Only bad ending in the whole franchise? After school lesson 2. I can't believe I have to watch this a second time. Alter Ego? Yo? She actually got into the system. Then where's... I headed to the basement? He's gonna land head first. He's still gonna die. That's why I wanted you to see it, because not many people get to see this. Really? A lot of people miss that, huh? I mean... That's a surprise, though, because if you're playing this for the first time, you'd probably... I feel like the natural conclusion is to... I mean, Kyoko's betraying you, so you betray Kyoko back. What's this? What's going on? Was that... Oh yeah, it had to be. Alter Ego. I'm really glad Alter Ego's fine. Alter Ego? Is this some stupid virus from that stupid guy? He must have planted it when he invaded my network. Dang it, I don't believe this. Seems you finally made a miscalculation. Pretty interesting bad endings. Yeah, no, that was a pretty interesting bad ending. Wild. I don't know why Toko's dead. Did they? Wait, no. They didn't kill Toko. There were no more murders. Why did Toko die? Seems you finally made a miscalculation. No, you miscalculated from the very beginning. Was that? What I'm saying is, you shouldn't have underestimated us. No idea. It's just a joke ending, essentially. I guess. Why are you talking like you've already won? I barely felt a thing. It was a pinch. An itch. Stupid virus is gone now, got it? So is Makoto. Maybe I didn't get to smash him flat, but you're never gonna see him again. To waste away in a garbage-strewn pit. In a way, that's an even better special punishment. Better. But it's still not enough. I'm still not satisfied. I'm still gonna bring despair to the rest of you. Bring despair to the entire world. There he goes. Is he gone? Hey, Kyoko, what's the meaning of this? Just what is going on? It's okay, we're not the ones being trapped this time. Now it's the Mastermind that's ensnared. What are you talking about? You'll understand soon enough. Very soon indeed. So how many sessions left, do you think? Just one or two? Massive high school tower over... The massive high school towers over all the other buildings in this bustling urban area. It's like the school stands at the center of the entire world. The beginning? Top students... Say that if you come here and manage to graduate, you'll be set for life. Uh-huh. Built to raise hope in the nation's future, makes hope speak a fitting name. 2 things you need. Already be attending high school. Very best at what you do. No ordinary student can enroll here. standing there with me. Huh? What? Where am I? I woke up with my head resting on top of a hard-wooden desk. My body felt heavy. It wouldn't be weird for me to zonk off in the middle of some boring class or whatever, but what was I doing asleep here just now? Wasn't any classroom I'd ever been in before. What the heck is going on? Finally, I could finally feel my mind and body start to come back together again, and then I was awake. Or is this just another dream? Is that... Dream inside a hopeless nightmare. No, this isn't a dream. I could tell because the stench invading my nostrils was too powerful. What an awful smell. I was in a vast dark cavern with the barest hint of light seeping in. Trash was piled high all across the area. This must be some kind of underground garbage pit. Heck of a situation to find myself in, but that was just the beginning of my problems. Was I going to be stuck in there until I wasted away and died? No, I can't let that happen. Not after what my good friend went through to save me. I remembered all too well what had happened. Alter Ego saved me. And he used up the last bit... Oh. last little bit of his strength to do it. I take it that's the end of him. So I can't give up now. For myself and for my friend. With that, my pursuit of survival began. First step was to start looking for a way out of here. Is that an airplane? How'd something like that wind up in the school's garbage pit? This. I'm pretty sure that's the thing from the beginning. This is a desk. It's probably the one that fell down here with me. How are you alive? That's a rocket and a tank. Better not think about too much about what I'm seeing down here. Oh, I kind of see the tank, I guess. It is. Oh, wow. This is tall. Locked. No matter how many times I pushed or pulled or kicked at it, it didn't budge. Getting out of here isn't going to be that easy. If I'm not getting out of here anytime soon, decided to look around for some food. There's plenty of food here, but it's all rotten. That was pointless too. Next for water. How can I be sure which liquids I could drink and which ones are an all-around bad idea? Again, pointless. I feel like I'm blocked in on all sides, but that's still not enough reason to give up, because I'm still alive. As long as I'm alive, I'll never give up. After making that proud declaration, next thing I decided to do was cry. Go to sleep. My sleep was deep and uninterrupted. That was my only way to preserve what little strength I had left after not being able to eat or drink. Can't be sure, but I think at least a full day had to have passed, and all I did was sleep and sleep. It's like I was waiting for some kind of sign to come falling out of the sky. However, what fell from the sky wasn't a sign, not exactly. Also, in Kyoko's ending, why wouldn't Alter Ego stop it for Kyoko? Trash? Strange sound pierced my silent isolation, jarring me awake. As I watched, the pile of garbage jostled and formed an odd shape. Something fall down over there? Fell from above. What could have been? Giant piece of trash just fall down here? Carefully stretched my hand out toward whatever it was that tumbled down here with me.
Just a second.
A giant piece of trash. Rude. Before she even emerged from the pile of garbage, I knew who it was.
It smells awful.
They made a specific Sprite for this. Or not Sprite, but you know, image. This place smells awful. Kyoko, you look like you're doing better than I expected. What are you doing here?
So...
Isn't it obvious? I'm here to help you. Glad to hear that, Kyoko. You've got a bit of garbage in your hair. She gave her head a quick, sharp shake to get rid of the trash, then faced me again.
Hey.
First, I have something for you. Everyone loves cup noodle, Kyoko. I sure do. Go ahead and eat it. We can talk once you're finished. How did you... I snatched the bread and water that she was holding out for me. Within seconds, it was in my mouth, making its way toward my stomach. That really hit the spot. Now I've got all the energy I need to keep going. So you still haven't given up, then? Of course not. After all, the fact that I can keep going forward is about all I'm good at. That's not such a bad thing to be good at. So, Kyoko. Buddy. Kyoko, why'd you come to rescue me? Now we're both locked. To pay a debt or no to atone? During the trial, even though you knew I was lying, you didn't say anything. So, you knew that I knew, but even though I knew, I did nothing to help you. I abandoned you. Don't say that, you didn't abandon me. No, that's exactly what I did. I abandoned you in order to save my own life. You were trying to save me, and I couldn't bring myself to do the same for you. Well, listen, not that I'm trying to make excuses, but there was a reason that I had to survive, no matter the cost. Why?
It's true.
I'll tell you everything. The reason I have to survive is so that I can do what I came to this school to do. I made up my mind to come to Hope's Peak Academy for one very important reason.
Indeed.
At least I did once. Till recently I'd forgotten what it was. Forgot, but that's... I had no memory of what my purpose was. Oh right, Amnesia. Is it really true you lost your memory? Do you remember the first thing that happened to each of us as soon as we arrived at this school? When we fainted, right? I fainted, and when I woke up I was trapped here.
That's
I fainted too, and when I woke up, I noticed a strange feeling of separation within myself, a disconnect. Thinking back on it now, at that point my memory was gone. That time I had forgotten. Couldn't remember why I'd come to the school, and I couldn't remember my ultimate ability was. Which is weird, because she should have it in her handbook. What would make you forget all that?
Hey.
Strange, isn't it? It's hard to imagine it happened by chance. It seems much too convenient. You're saying you think you lost your memory because...
Indeed.
I'm positive it was the work of the Mastermind. They stole my memory. Why would they want to do that? There's only one reason I can come up with. Because my purpose and my abilities, somehow they would interfere with the Mastermind's plans. So he just stole them from you?
However...
Could also mean... somehow my memories may be connected to the mystery of the school and the Mastermind. Which is why I have to get them back. That's why I've been investigating things by myself this whole time. But if what you say is true, why didn't you ask the rest of us to help you?
Why is that?
If I did that and we all worked as one, the Mastermind would have noticed right away. Plus, there's always a chance that the Mastermind is actually one of us. Okay?
Correct.
Don't make too big of a deal of it. It's just a possibility. But since it is a possibility, we can't ignore it, right? Byakuya. If she believed that, then of course she couldn't trust anyone around her. In which case, it only makes sense that she would look into her missing memory by herself.
However...
That being said, there was a limit to what I could do by myself, which is why I asked you to help me. Me? Because among everyone, you were least likely to be the Mastermind. That was just intuition, but... Your intuition was right, though. There's no way an ordinary kid like me could have been the Mastermind. I'm super average.
I understand. I should understand everything. My goal isn't to get out of here. It's to stay here.
It's just like the dream I had before, but why did that just happen?
Listen.
You okay? Oh yeah, it's nothing. I think.
Hey.
Even now, I still trust you, you know? It's just I'm not used to relying on others.
Correct.
No one ever asks you for help the right way, so I understand if you're not convinced. Yeah, honestly, I was. I think that's just her personality. You said you had a reason for doing all that investigating on your own, so how'd that turn out? Were you able to remember anything? I think there's still a lot I don't remember, but at the very least, I was finally able to recall my purpose and my ability. When should I stop, do you think? Should I stop here? How long have I been going? 9 to 10, to 11 to 12. I've been going for 3 hours. I am at the 3-hour mark. You think I should keep going a little more? I am still on chapter 5. Keep going? Huh. What happens if you run away during the trial? Finish 5? You said you had a reason for doing all that investigating on your own.
So...
You mentioned your ability. What everyone should have known me for. Nothing? It's probably just... Oh, I'm gonna have to run away. Wait, I can't do that. Anyways, which of the first 2 options should I pick? I'm the ultimate detective. Okay. That's pretty on the nose.
Correct.
The reason I came to Hope's Peak was someone I had to find here in the school. Who?
So...
It was a headmaster. The headmaster of Hope's Peak. Why did you want to find the headmaster? Because he's my father. Huh? I was separated from him as a child. As it turns out, he became the headmaster of Hope's Peak. That explains when Alter Ego told us how he thought the headmaster was involved.
No matter what?
Yeah, she actually showed emotion.
So,
My memory hadn't come back at that point, but when he said that I felt strange. Makes perfect sense now, of course, since my whole purpose for coming here was to find him.
However...
But listen, I want to make this perfectly clear so there's no misunderstanding. I said the headmaster wasn't a mastermind, but I didn't say that to protect him. I only said what I felt based on what I'd seen when I snuck into the room. What'd you see in there?
So...
The room had been ransacked, the shelves were a mess, the desk drawers dumped on the floor. Only conclusion is that someone who didn't know where anything was had been in there. The mastermind.
It's true.
That was my assumption, yeah, and to confirm my suspicion, I decided to investigate the second floor of the dorms using the key I'd found. Why there? Because I also found this in the room. Blueprints? It's a layout of the entirety of Hope's Peak Academy. I found it in the room along with Mukuro's profile and the key. The map showed that the second floor was home to a number of rooms meant for faculty use. Some of the staff must have had to stay overnight from time to time, and I figured the headmaster would have some kind of private room there. I assumed that if that were true, that room would likely hold more clues, so I went to check. That's when I finally remembered that my purpose was to find the owner of that room. I went there to see if the headmaster really did have a private room there.
However...
Once I got there, I noticed that the second floor of the dorms didn't have any cameras or monitors. So what was it like, that part of the school? Hard to describe. All I can say is, when I saw it, I realized whatever's going on in the school is more horrific than we ever imagined. Probably more rooms like that one on the top floor. What do you mean?
So...
I can't explain it. You need to see it for yourself, and I'm sure you'll get your chance soon enough. Sounds like it must be important. Really ominous. Of course, once I got to... Which is why I had no idea what was going on in the rest of the building. Has to do with Mukuro, doesn't it? Just to be perfectly clear, I didn't kill her. I know it wasn't you either. I know you're right, but that just means everyone but you and me had an alibi, so then who did?
Anyway.
What I can say for sure is that the Mastermind is directly involved. To begin with, the point of the class trial of Mukuro was to get me killed. I stole that key and disappeared, and in retaliation they wanted to draw me out and eliminate me.
Correct.
That was the point of the class trial. Mastermind knew they couldn't interfere directly, because of school regulations.
That's right.
Mastermind is adamant about following the rules, and with that rule in place, they couldn't step in. Since they couldn't kill me themselves, they tried to use the class trial to do it. Mastermind couldn't step in because of the rules. That makes it sound like Mastermind themselves is somehow bound by the regulations.
Hey.
Which would mean it is one of them. But there's one other thing I'd like to point out about the murder of Murkuro. There's a point where Murkuro may not have become the victim. Could have been you, Makoto. Yeah. In his sleep. I could have become the victim? We didn't get a comic. Are we gonna get the comic? You know what I'm talking about, right? During the night, I can hear them, you know. Footsteps of the God of Death. I can hear the God of Death as he moves. That ability naturally draws me into cases just like this. Which is exactly what happened with you. I was in the dorms and I had a sudden sense of dread. I looked down the stairwell. I saw a white shadow cross the corridor. Gave chase right away. As I followed it, I saw the shadow go into your room.
Correct.
I ran into your room and I saw what was happening. I intervened immediately, of course.
However,
That wasn't the end of things, of course. I stopped them, but that led to whoever the masked assailant was. They ended up dead.
correct.
And their murder was disguised, and the dojo key wound up in my room. All has to be work of the Mastermind, an attempt to use the class trial to eliminate me. All this would mean that whoever killed Mukuro is also the Mastermind, right?
Indeed.
I don't have conclusive evidence, but that's what I think. But that's really bad if true. It means the Mastermind can kill whoever they want if they feel like it. Doesn't that create another contradiction? He wanted us to use, he wanted to use the class trial to try and kill you because they couldn't interfere, right?
Correct.
That is a contradiction. It's not just Mukuro. They needed the class trial to kill me, but seemed ready to kill you in your room. Everything they did is contradiction. So what does it all mean?
In other words,
That the Mastermind is the one who's been cornered.
Makoto.
Just a little more. A little more and I should be able to figure out the identity. The identity of the other ultimate despair. There's no doubt that Mukuro was the ultimate despair and that she's dead. I don't think the ultimate despair is just one person. Despair, too. If you think about it, the ultimate despair seems to implicate whoever caused that event. You're talking about what happened a year ago. Biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. A tragedy. Whoever's responsible for that. They're the ultimate despair?
It would seem
That despicable group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair. Then they're...
indeed.
Make no mistake. They're the root of all the evil that has forced us to go through this. That is ultimate despair. And that is our real enemy. Chapter 5 is done. Oh, we didn't get a comic. 6. I wanted to just do 2 question marks. Dream Island Rocket. Oh, cool. I got the thing from the beginning. 5 alive. 6 alive. Alright. Ultimate Despair. A group of people who caused the tragedy 1 year ago. The same people put together this killing game and began broadcasting it around the world. The most desperately awful group of people ever. That is the Mastermind's true identity. Enemy's been revealed. But right now, should I stop when I gain control? Thank you. Right now we have to get out of this horrible place. Figuring out the rest of the story can come after. Now for chapter 6. Or should I keep going a little more? I'm fine with keep going a little more. If you want. Well, I don't know... I kind of want at least a title card. Or you can climb up. The heck? Do you still have that one thing? The secret tool that you got from the room? Of course I do. Absolute vital part of ensnaring the Mastermind. I would never part with it. It can open any door in the school, right?
That's right.
Then we should be able to use it on that door, right? We can use that key of yours to open this door, right?
It's true.
Kyoko took out the key, slid into the hole. Yeah, it opened. Now we can get out of here. Let's go. Quickly opened the door and made our escape from the garbage pit. Finally, we were finally free, but there wasn't even time to take a breath of relief because the real fight had just begun. Ultimate pain, suffering, despair, execution, death. After leaving the garbage pit, we found ourselves in a tunnel extending straight up like a chimney. There was a metal ladder leading up into the tunnel. We started climbing the ladder, intent on reaching the surface. The ladder was impossibly long, I couldn't even see where it ended. Climbed into darkness. The passage was so dark and cramped I couldn't even see my own feet beneath me. I had no idea we were so far down.
Hey.
Don't lose your footing. If you slip, I won't be able to catch you. Yeah, I'll be careful. But now that you said it, I'm getting kind of nervous. Maybe talking will help keep my mind off it. So, Kyoko, there's something I wanted to ask you. You said you're the ultimate detective, so how long have you been doing detective work? Ever since I can remember. I come from a long line of detectives. Detective work is in my blood. There was a time when being a detective was considered a sacred duty. My family's always seen it that way. Is your family famous? Quite the opposite. Even among actual detectives, many people haven't heard of us. How come? It's like your family tradition, right? So, because we take pride in it. Detective is neither light nor shadow. We represent neither justice nor evil. That is how we can uncover the absolute truth. We stand neutral in all things, and to do that, we have to stand separate from the rest of society, which is why we've made a conscious effort to conceal our existence. Kind of old-fashioned. I can't say it's entirely rational, but it's our family creed, and we do what we must to protect it. Like I said, it's our source of pride. That explains... before I came here, typo, tisk, when I was looking up info about the school online, I never saw anything about her. Because she hit herself on purpose.
However...
Give up some of that pride. In order to enter Hope's Peak, I had to reveal myself to the school. Did it knowing it was something a true Kirigiri detective would never do. But the reason you gave up that pride, the reason you would go so far to enter Hope's Peak, because that's how much you wanted to reconnect with your dad, right? There's no shame in that.
What?
Reconnect? Oh no, I wanted to kill him. I had absolutely no desire to reconnect. You'd be reuniting after all those years, right? You would have had so much to talk about. There's nothing I want to talk to my father about. There is something I want to say to him, though. No matter what it takes, I have to find him and tell him face to face.
So...
I want to sever all ties with him. Fair enough. Last time I saw him, I was still very young. So I don't remember myself, but apparently he was extremely intelligent. He was in line to become the next head of the family. He was talented, had a promising future. But he had no interest in detective work, so he cut himself from the family. Not long after that, my mother died and he simply ran away. Went to my grandfather, and they had a huge argument. And young as I was, he left me behind. I'm sure there was a reason for that. I'm sure your dad wanted to take you with him. If that's true, then I need to thank him. Thank him for leaving me, because unlike him, I take pride in the work that I do. I take pride in my family name, so every last part of me is happy he didn't take me with him. If I'd gone with him, I never would have had the chance to become a detective. I was above Kyoko on the ladder, so I wasn't able to see her expression, so I couldn't tell. Couldn't see how she looked when she said that, what she might have been feeling. All I could tell was that, compared to her usual self, she was more talkative, more emotional. I don't blame him, you know. He had his own life to live. That's what anyone in my position might say, right? But it's not true. But there's one thing I can never forgive. The way everyone else looked at me. I was never sad about being left behind. Like I said, I think it was a good thing.
However,
When the rest of the family looked at me, they saw something different. They only saw me as the little girl that was abandoned by her father. That's how they see me even to this day. Shadow has been following me my entire life. I'm sick of it. I need him out of my life. I need to step out of his shadow.
correct.
That's why I have to find him and tell him we're no longer family. In order to settle the past, in order to remove him from my life forever. I have no doubt he forgot about me years ago. Your family to just cut him out like that. Hey, sometimes you need to cut family out. Because sometimes they can be toxic. Awful. Our only connection is through blood, nothing more. Are we connected by heart and soul? No. Is blood really enough to call someone family? No. Only connected by blood, not by heart or soul. I was so shocked to hear her say that. I didn't know how to respond. So instead, I said nothing. And I just kept going up the ladder. After I don't know how long, we finally reached the top. Is it going to be the biolab? That would be a lot of climbing. Looks like this is it. On the other side of this door, Hope's Peak is waiting for us. We're back.
That's right.
Remember that hatch on the ground near the trash room? Oh. I'm fairly certain that's where we'll come out. Unlocked it earlier, so it should open without much trouble. I reached my right hand up and pushed against the hatch. Opened with ease, and so... Yeah. Wow. Looks like we're back. But I can't believe how long that ladder was. I'm exhausted. Can't say we're safe and sound, but at least we're out of there. Now we're back in Hope Peak. Kyoko, thank you. I never would have gotten out of there without you. No thanks necessary. I was just returning the favor. How did she get down there? Alright. So it's chapter 6. It's nighttime. Me and Kyoko are back in the school. I think this would be a good place to stop. Do you think next time I could finish the game? It kind of seems like I'm at the end. That was the last class trial, they said. No. I'll play it by ear. If, I don't know. We'll see. I'll stop here, though, because I've been going for 3.5 hours. And I don't want to be roped into more stuff, because it's going to kill me for the next week. Chapter 5 is definitely wild. After school lesson. Alter Ego. I freaking love Alter Ego. Just letting you know the ending is long. Do you think I should keep going a little longer then? Because I'm trying to, like, find a good balance. I don't want to... Because next week, I don't want to stop in the middle of a bunch of stuff. And just kind of, like, cliffhanger it, you know? Like, this feels like a natural, good stopping point. But if from here on there's another good stopping point, then, like... that would be good. If that makes sense. I don't think it did. I'm not really good at words. Let me save real quick. How many are there? 30? Stop here if you want. Huh. Never would have imagined that's where this led. Alright. Yeah, no, I'm gonna stop here. Because... yeah, and then... I guess there are no more murders. So... we'll see what happens next time. But... from what I can tell, I'm not near the end yet. So... we'll see next week. I'm not entirely sure where we'll go after this, because Makoto's supposed to be dead. Whoever wants Kyoko dead, and now they're back in school, wandering around in front of all the monitors, unless we go to the second floor of the dorms. Kinda expecting that, because we can explore there without any problem. Probably. Maybe. So I'm curious how that goes. Okay. Wait a second. Hold on. Hold on. Where was it? Am I making something up? Huh. I thought... huh, maybe not. Yeah, no, I guess not. Alright, huh. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, and join me next week for more Danganronpa. Adios. Oh, I forgot to unhide this. That was the stream picture. Oh well.